So you have come back to us, standing on the ledge above the werewolf den, having just killed Ferenz and companions. Harmony is currently nursing a dislocated jaw, having been backhanded by Strahd, who then has vanished into the night. The 6 children have kind of been watching fearfully as these events have unfurled, but that said, it seems that the immediate danger has passed. What shall you do?
Well, I will. I know it's probably kind of just token at this point because I'm pretty sure they're dead. But I do want to check on the passed out or dead children that we failed to save, and just make sure there's nothing else we can do for them.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
I say while she is doing that, Winley will check on the ones that are alive.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
There it is. Okay.
Okay. Ash, the 2 children who you believe you have not been able to save are indeed not savable. They quite clearly have been killed. One appears to have been strangled to death. The other one has the back of his head smashed in by some sort of blunt instrument. Judging by the blood on the rocks around the circle, you're guessing a rock from the circle was used. Winley, the children that you're examining seem scraped, scared, exhausted, but do not seem to be harmed, and you don't see any evidence that they've been bitten or anything of the like.
Cool.
Harmony?
Harmony's probably still holding her jaw and kind of watching where Strahd retreated from. And I mean, she can kind of see that Ash and Winley are tending to the living and dead children. I'll make a perception check if that's all right to see if I can hear any activity from elsewhere in the cave. Just in terms of, like, I know we killed everything, the wolves and the werewolves up here. There's still more elsewhere in the cave, but, like, is it obvious that there's activity going on there or not so much?
Let's get that perception check.
Let's.
You do not hear anything coming from below.
Okay. Yeah, she's probably just gonna kind of stand there, holding her jaw, kind of like contemplatively looking after Strahd for a bit, unless someone calls her attention to something else.
I'll ask if you'd like something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how you doing on hit points?
I got 27 of 60 left, so not great, but...
What about the rest of the party?
I'm in the same boat as Harmony.
Similar.
I have 3 healings left, not counting my 2 dailies.
I have like virtually all of my healing left, so I could drop an aura of vitality if everyone needs some healing.
I was gonna see how many of us were below half. I mean, I'm only like 3 hit points below half, so, and it looks like Jake's much the same. Or actually, Jake's above half, so Tom, your channel divinity wouldn't help too much at the moment. I mean, I guess my main concern as a player is, like, are we going to have to fight our way? Are we going to have to deal with, I forget his name, it's Stannis? Not Stannis. I'm
going to assume that most of the combat is done at this point, at least here, after we leave.
Right.
But I think
I just meant
one other wolf that might be hostile down below. She was like whipping someone or something downstairs.
We should see about that. And then there's the guy we talked our way past, but who knows if he'll start being hostile when he finds out we killed half or more of the pack.
He knew that we were coming up here to do murder, and he led us up here.
True.
So,
well, I don't think these kids are gonna climb down. So I think we'd best start making our way back through.
So we should
see if it's possible to find Lady Walker's guy who fell in love with the werewolf lady who they mutated. We should see if we can do something about that.
I'm wary of doing that while we have these kids with us.
Right. I mean, obviously the kids are the top priority, but since we got to go back that way anyways, might just have to 2 birds with one stone this thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
How's
Winley
everyone
will.
doing on like spell slots and stuff? As far as like if we have to get in another fight shortly.
I'm pretty good on spell slots, but I'm about to burn some on healing because I need healing and you need healing.
Mhm.
How's Winley doing?
Okay.
For that, Winley, how are you?
Winley has used one 3rd level spell, and that's it.
I'm
And
in on health.
She will. Oh, I'm completely full. I didn't take it.
Okay.
Yeah. So she will offer to cast Aura of Vitality to give everyone some healing back, if that's going to be better than you using multiple spell slots.
Does that take like 10 minutes, or am I thinking of some other
What?
spell?
It's concentration up to 1 minute. Casting time is 1 action.
Okay, we could probably use a minute. I mean, the kids might need some healing too.
I checked on them and they seem to be okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to it if everyone's okay spending a minute up here healing up a little bit.
I believe I spent a minute at the end of last session gathering ammo anyway, so
Well, so
I'm fine with that.
I can do Prayer of Healing, which is 6 creatures of my choice that I can see within range.
That takes 10 minutes, I believe.
It does, but we are not in immediate danger, and it seems to be a good bang for buck.
Right.
Yeah, the Aura of Vitality will give a total of up to 10 2d6s back to whoever needs it.
I would probably vote to go with the minute instead of 10 minutes, given that we know there are still potential hostile creatures near us. But, you know, that's just my vote.
Well, I can also upcast Cure Wounds, and it basically does the same thing. I only can target 1 person instead of 6.
Is anyone opposed to taking a minute here?
No?
No.
All right, but Winley will cast the Aura
Nope.
of Vitality, and then if we need additional healing, then Ash can do Cure Wounds or whatever to cover the gap.
All right.
So the 2d6, 10 times, you guys decide how they're split. And you can roll for yourselves.
I'd like at least 2 hits of that and see where I'm at
You can
with that.
take the first 2. You're the healer. You should be
So that's a
You're the
total-
other healer. You
That's a
should-
total of 4d6.
46, yeah. And I'll keep track of how many have been used. So there are 8 left.
Okay.
Let's see. Mina, you're down.
I'll take as many as you got.
Yeah, that brings
Okay,
me
I'll take.
over half of my hit points.
Okay. I'll take 2 if that's all right, Jake. And
No,
then
you
we
take.
can
I think
see.
you should take 4, and I'll take 2. 'Cause
Okay.
didn't you say you're slightly under half?
I am at 27 of 60. Okay,
That's
I mean if that's
my
okay.
feeling. Yep.
Okay, if that's okay with you guys.
Okay, so Harmony is taking 4.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take 2.
And you're
Well,
gonna
we don't
take
know
2?
if Doc needs any.
DM, can you check Doc's sheet and see what his hit points are?
Sure. Doc is currently at 72 of 72.
Okay, cool. All right, so Ash took 2. Right now, Harmony took 2.
I took
No,
Mina?
they took 4.
Well, you only rolled 4 dice. 1 is 2d6.
Yeah, so
I got.
Oh.
I see.
Oh.
I see. I
Okay, that put me at 46 out of 60, so that's pretty good. Go ahead and take some, Mina.
Okay, so Ash took 2. Harmony took 2. Mina's taking 2.
I'm going to take another 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
And there are still 2 left.
Okay. Do we want to give those to one of the kids if the kids look pretty rough?
I think
Maybe the 2 kids that were actively fighting, do they look...
And said that none of the kids looked like they needed actual
Okay.
relief.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at 50, so I could take
You know what?
and not feel guilty about it.
Okay, take it.
Okay, so there's now 1 left.
Jake, where are you at?
57 out of 72.
Okay, so I'm down a total of 14.
Go ahead and take it, Harm.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Agreed.
And then
Alright.
I'll save my spells. I can do healing in battle if need be.
Yeah, and I still have all of my first and second level spells, so if you do run out of spell slots, I can still back up on
That's
the
a freaking really good spell.
It's a really
I
good
only
spell.
used it once before, but I don't think I took advantage of it that time. I was hurt, so I wasn't really paying attention. That is fucking good.
Yeah. It's a good spell. And it only takes your bonus action. It's concentration up to a minute. It takes your bonus action to give the healing.
That's pretty damn cool. All right, so let's make our way out of here.
I'll take point.
I mean,
that's all right.
Is there any reason to try and stealth? Probably not.
No,
Most people know we're
not
here.
with the kids, probably. Let's just...
Just really quick before we leave, Winley's just going to pop her head around the corner here and see where this ledge... The map ends, so I assume the ledge just ends as well.
Yeah, the ledge just steadily kind of folds back into the mountain face.
Okay, cool.
So no hidden treasure chest around the ledge.
No.
Like would be in like any Zelda game. All right.
No
I feel like,
suspicious
I
looking
feel like
rocks blow up.
if we can get out of here without being noticed, I feel like we should try.
I mean, because there's still going to be guards at the gate, and we have to get out the main entrance.
Okay, so since we're talking about Doc having Featherfall, I don't know the specifics of that spell. Could Doc cast Featherfall on all of us, or is that a one target?
It's a one target spell, lasts up to a minute, and you can fall 60 feet per minute or per round for up to.
Well, I know it's upcastable, but I don't remember the exact specifics.
Oh,
But he wouldn't be able to cast it on all of us and 6 children.
Well, let's see how.
It's actually it affects 5 creatures. You can't upcast it though.
But he could cast it twice to get everybody down, hypothetically.
Okay.
Hypothetically.
Except for one kid.
Are we going to try? I think someone mentioned this already, but I just wanted to make sure. Are we going to try and get that other guy out?
I mean,
The guy that was being threatened to be eaten by the feral werewolf.
did we see him on our way up? I thought she was just being beaten.
Well, she was being beaten. I'm not sure if we saw him.
No, he was still in the corner.
I say we try and take him, try and get out of here so we don't have to come back here again.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta protect the kids, but...
Yeah, I'm really concerned with how much you're kind of like itching for a fight in these caves. I think we should try to get out with these kids without fighting anybody else.
Alright. Just trying to help the people that can.
Yeah.
I mean, so, theoretically, how many kids do we have?
We have 6
6.
children with us.
Okay, so...
Are we
Theoretically,
worried about
Doc
taking the
could-
bodies back?
Well, we have the bag of holding.
Yes, yeah, let's stick them in there.
Yeah.
Proper burial.
Winley will offer up the bag of holding for children's bodies to be stuffed into.
Oh,
Mina's
look
gonna
away,
scout out
children.
the tunnel back towards the main area of the complex. See if anyone's coming this way. What's that look like?
Okay. Heading back down the stairs, understanding it's a fairly long, winding stairwell. You're able to kind of come all the way back down to the level of the curtain here, and at least based on your immediate perception, nobody seems to be kind of rushing to interfere or come this way or anything. It seems like anybody who's down in the cave is unaware of what's happening above or is not responding to what happened above.
All right, can I make a stealth check just to like slip through that curtain and scope out the area just beyond
Sure.
without being noticed? Is the reasoning for the stealth check? All right. Not great, but it's okay. So yeah, I just kind of want to come down here. What am I hearing someone being like flayed over
Yeah.
here?
Yep, that is still happening.
Okay, I'll step back and just kind of report that.
I brought it up in the chat, but I guess one option would be we could ask Doc to stay here with the kids, and we just try to either talk or otherwise figure out a way out.
Yeah, it's true.
Because, I mean-
Doc could have the escape plan of having everyone jump off the cliff, and there's only a way up here, so that he could watch that.
At worst, Doc could just feather fall with the children.
Exactly.
Like throw them all off the cliff or whatever. And we
Only
could
one way
find
up,
our
plus he
out.
has the option of featherball.
Yeah. And then that gives something for Doc to do.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So-
Let's do it.
Okay, so Mina's telling us what she saw. Are we just going to try to stealth our way to the entrance, or do we want to try to enter? I know that Mina votes not to interfere with the flogging and...
Well, if we're not bringing the kids with us, then... And if you guys want to just be direct, I mean, we already killed a bunch of these werewolves. Maybe we should just go direct. Just, like, go in, use the element of surprise to our advantage.
Yeah,
If we don't have the kids with us...
Yeah, the danger is decreased to them. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to start another big brouhaha, but if we can jump... If it's just the one lady, which I thought it was last time, we could probably get the jump on her pretty quick.
And we might be able to, either diplomatize or intimidate our way past it since we've killed all of her backup.
Winley's vote would be to try to talk to them first, rather than just going in and being like, and now we're going to murder you all.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was never wanting to kill the entire pack. Some of the pack is definitely wanting to just live and let live, and I'm cool with that.
I'm not sure. I don't know. We lose the element of surprise then. I mean, I think there's pretty good odds they're just going to attack us if we walk in and talk to them. I mean, we've already killed one.
Why would they attack us when we've had the support of what's-his-butt before?
Because we already killed a bunch of them.
Yeah, but they were coming up here to do that.
We're pretty sure this
him to power, basically.
We're pretty sure this lady isn't one of
Right.
Scannis's.
This one lady, at least, is more than likely, with the old guard. But we know the majority of the pack that was with the old guard was probably up here on the cliff. So we probably don't have a whole lot of people that are going to be hostile towards us.
Well, we don't know what their reaction to... I mean, they may have known we were coming up here to save the children. They may not have... They may not... Honor may demand they not... I don't know.
Let's go talk to what's-his-butt.
Mina feels obviously unsympathetic towards the werewolves who just murdered children, but...
Yes, obviously,
talk to
yes.
them.
It's more just trying to avoid a fight.
They're certainly not all complicit.
Let's go talk to the old alpha then and see what he says.
Well, I thought we were going to try to stop whatever's going on.
Yeah, but if he's now de facto in charge because we killed the other leaders, then maybe he can help just get it back peacefully and, we can just leave.
I mean, I say my vote would kind of be since she's on the way and we'd have to not blow stealth checks to get past her anyways. Why don't we just jump her?
We can try and talk to her, I guess, but I think that it'd be worse if we just jumped her.
Well, I mean, we could hold her at crossbow point or whatever,
Okay, well, let's go figure it out then. Let's go see how it plays out.
Okay, so everybody's going down the stairs?
Yes, I'm going to move my token. I'm on the stairs now.
Okay.
Where's everyone else? Is everyone else on the stairs?
Winley would like to take up the rear.
Okay.
Harmony, still nursing her jaw, will walk in front of Winley and behind Ash.
It's no longer dislocated, though. The healing took care of that.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's still...
Store.
The memory of it still hurts.
Phantom pains. Gotcha.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Terrible.
You just got a chuckle from Steffi in the back room.
Thank you, Steffi. At least one person. I'm playing to an audience of one here.
Okay. Well, everybody's able to descend the stairs again. Nobody seems to be responding to what's going on upstairs at this point. You can distantly hear the crack of the flail being used.
All right. Well, let's proceed. It's down this way, right?
Are we rolling stealth or not
No.
bothering?
I'm not bothering.
Ash just clanking down the stairs righteously.
I'm going to move my token up. No one's going to stop me. I'm right here now.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, coming around the corner there, Ash, you can see down in the lowered area a woman wearing rags who is currently lashing a hybrid werewolf who is still in shackles at the far end of the room. There is a man, clearly quite distraught, who is sort of pleading with her to stop, though she seems to be quite content to ignore him.
Where's the man? I don't see his token. Is he chained here? Okay, I do barely see him. Okay.
So, okay, this is more of an administrative issue and something we should probably consider later. But the hybrid werewolf did remind me. I wonder how many of us have contracted lycanthropy.
So I was planning to pass as many remove curses as I could, and then next long rest use another couple.
Anybody feeling itchy?
I'm pretty sure I got bit and failed a save, so...
I know I failed a con save somewhere. Anywho, that's problem for another day, obviously.
We have until the full a bit.
Do you guys want Harmony to take points? Since that, I mean, in terms of like talking, since that worked so well last time.
I would love for you to use your bard-like ability to talk people down.
Right, that worked with the werewolves, right?
I mean, you got to get lucky somewhere, Colin.
Right.
You want to just move in behind me? I'll stand in case you tap.
Sure.
I'll move down.
Yeah, I'm right behind you. Yeah. Go ahead.
There.
Okay.
Okay.
When Harmony kind of reaches the bottom of the stairs, she will call out something along the lines of, "Enough of this. There's been enough death today," and I don't know if that qualifies me for a persuasion check, but I can make one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, that's not a spell.
Could I give a help action just by looking intimidating and imposing behind?
No, that's kind of a different activity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. This can only go so poorly.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
Nice. She kind of stops at the sound of your voice and kind of turns, seeming to sort of ready to lash out or attack, but seems surprised to see two people who are not werewolves, a member of the pack standing behind her. She kind of grimaces at you a little bit. Who are you?
We need a
Harmony.
adventuring party.
That does occur to Harmony.
I am Harmony and the Harmettes.
Yes, exactly. Background singers. Harmony will kind of put up her hands. Well, yeah, she's probably not holding anything other than her flute at the moment, so she'll kind of like put up her hands just to kind of show she's not like armed for whatever that's worth, and just say, "We came to save the children. We don't have to be your enemies. We just are tired of all the suffering that your pack has been inflicting."
Just lets out a snort. Save the children. You can't.
I mean,
we already have.
She kind of seems taken aback by that, and then seems to kind of put two and two together there, and lets out a snarl and begins to transform. Roll initiative.
Yay!
yeah, that's to be expected. Is this Bianca?
Yep.
Figured.
As the initiative tracker is about to tell you anyway.
Okay. I think I still have Gift of Alacrity active, so I'm going to add a D8 to that. Wow, Nina, you can... Oh, right, you have advantage on initiative. Okay, so that's an 18 for me, I believe.
Okay.
Let me double check. Yep, it is a D8. Yep.
Okay. All right. It appears that you do have the initiative.
I love having the initiative. Okay, well, I've still got some spells up my sleeve. So I am going to use a bonus action to use Unsettling Words on her, which will give her a minus D8 to her next saving throw. And I'll post that in the chat just because it's been a little while since I used
Just mock
it.
her that her command structure has fallen and she's the last of her kind.
Hi, Brett. Doc is babysitting. We put him on babysitting duty, and I'm going to cast suggestion on her. We'll see how this goes. So I'm going to, basically just kind of level my eyes at her and lace my words with a little bit of magic and just say, let's see, it is a course of action limited to a sentence of 2. Okay, I'll say, I said there's been enough suffering today. Stand down and we can talk this out. And she has to make a DC 16 wisdom save? Yep, DC 16 wisdom save with a minus D8.
Okay. She kind of seems still snarly, but seems to sort of pause in her tracks.
Great. Hybrid form werewolves can talk, right?
Yep.
And Harmony will kind of issue like to behind her, like, nobody, if anybody hurts her, that'll break the spell. So we have a little bit of, if somebody wants to see to the other creatures. And Harmony will kind of like step forward. I mean, I don't know how much talking is a free action, but Harmony's going to kind of stay to the back just in case the hybrid werewolf's a little iffy, and just kind of continue her conversation non-magically, which is say, why are you torturing her?
Okay. Winley.
If I listen, does it sound like anyone has noticed or is coming towards this scuffle?
Make a perception check.
Sure thing.
Winley, is that the elusive Sherlock in your lap?
Yes.
Hello, Sherlock.
He's not so elusive when no one is actually here.
I think this is the first I've ever actually seen him.
Sherlock doesn't actually exist. He's a myth.
You hear sort of whispering actually happening around the corner to the west.
Whisper.
Yep.
Interesting. What sort of whispering?
You can't make out what they're saying, but it's clearly people whispering at each other.
Okay, well, Winley's gonna hold her action until either someone or something comes out of here trying to attack us, or the spell is broken on Bianca. And the action that I am holding is a guided bolt.
Okay. Mina.
Okay, well, I'm standing right next to Winley, so I probably hear the weird whispering as well. So I'm gonna step over here and okay, what am I looking at here?
You see two women kind of huddled in the corner next to a small boy. They seem to have been discussing what they're hearing in the next chamber over, and kind of abruptly stop when you come around the corner.
So they look fairly non-hostile, you might say?
You might say.
Okay. So that was 10. 15, 20. 25, 30. Okay, that's got... which one of these is the lady, right?
Yep, it's the one that's closer.
Okay, well, about to get shot. Silver bolt. And she hasn't gone yet, so I have advantage. And this is a sharpshooter.
You shooting Bianca or the defenseless people that were non-hostile?
The defenseless people that are not hostile. No, I ran back over. I'm shooting them.
Okay.
Kind of what I assumed.
And that's a 22 with...
Nails her.
Sweet. And second one, also silver. And sharpshooter. There we go. So another 18 damage.
All right. I mean, you just put two solid center mass shots that definitely kind of sink in deep. You've begun to notice in your various encounters with werewolves that non-silver bolts tend to just sort of bounce off, or tend to just sort of scrape off without any real effect, or that the effect they have seems to heal almost instantly. Silver, hot knife through butter.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay.
And yeah, that's Mina.
Ash, two bolts whiz over your head and plant themselves firmly in the werewolf in front of you.
Yeah.
And I'll throw out a comment as I'm walking past Winley. Some ladies with a kid, just about referring obviously to over here.
Cool.
Yep, that's me.
I'm assuming 19 hits.
It does.
Take 11 damage.
You just cut her down.
Awesome.
All right. End of initiative.
Yay! So I'm going to assume that hybrid werewolves can talk until we have proof otherwise, and I'm going to see if this one will actually respond to me in any way. And just say, hey, if we release you, are you going to attack us?
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay. Now, it's possible she's like feral or something. I think that was described before, but I can't remember for sure. But figured I'd try and make the attempt.
Okay. You start talking to her and realize that she's still, despite the fact she's not being flayed actively, is quite distressed. Looking more closely, you realize that the shackles that are holding her are both silver, as well as they seem to have sort of spikes that are digging into her on the inside. So it seems like she is just in sort of a persistent state of being tormented in her hybrid form.
I'm gonna, ask this guy over here. I'm just gonna say, hey, do you feel confident that if we release her, that it's safe, or should we leave her up? I don't want her to hurt, but I also don't want her to hurt other people.
He's obviously, and as noticed before, he's obviously quite distressed at what's been going on to begin with. But sort of whimpering, please help her, please. She's been like this for days.
Okay. Can I make like just like a persuasion or something, just to say, hey, calm down, I'm trying to help, don't hurt me?
You can?
Okay, I'm gonna try that then.
I'll give you a help on that, Ash, so you can
That's
roll
good.
with advantage.
That's better.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and free one hand and see what she does with that one hand.
Okay. Meanwhile, over with Mina and Windley coming around the corner, they have not resumed whispering since Mina kind of peeked her head around the corner and then left, and are now sort of watching you, I would say, closely and suspiciously from their corner over here.
So, what was that?
Oh, I was just going to say, if someone else wants to free this guy and kind of get him away from her, I know that there was some kind of dynamic where she wasn't in the right mind or was being tortured enough that she might attack him in some way. So if someone else wants to go over there and maybe get him out of the way.
Yeah, I have Doc's Thieves tools. Do you want me to make a check with that if I go over there, Dan? Is he locked up
sure
too?
do.
Okay, cool. And sorry, Jake, go ahead.
So Mina's just kind of got her crossbow pointed vaguely towards the ground, but in their direction. And she'll just say, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?"
They kind of frown at you, and the one just a little bit closer to you takes a step towards you. "We live here. Who are you?"
Which one? Sorry, I thought that was the kid. This is the kid?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. My name is Mina. Are you werewolves? And my final question is, what's the kid doing here?
She kind of at your line of questioning seems to be sort of interposing herself between you and the other two. The woman behind her is kind of slowly shifting over towards the kid. She kind of gives you kind of a defiant stare. She's obviously not really afraid of you, and is still certainly more in that suspicious state. It is no business of yours, and he is one of us.
Okay, so Mina's gonna turn, and noticing Winley, we may want to have the others aware of what's going on here, and also whistles for Sunny to kind of run over. Now, when you say he's one of you, I'd really rather speak with him. Can I talk to the kid?
No. And she is sort of bristling at you at this point.
Okay. Sensing some hostility and a little bit of a barrier here,
Parental hostility. This might actually be a legit cub.
Well, that's exactly what I mean, is like, I'm trying to ascertain, is this kid like already transformed? In which case I'd rather rescue them, or if it's actually her child. So can I make an insight check just to like try to get a sense of that?
Sure.
All right. This is gonna go super.
At best, you can sense some sort of connection between them, but not any particular relationship dynamics.
Well,
Can I roll one as well, since I was standing there when that conversation happened?
Sure. I mean, it's definitely a like a protection of family sort of vibe.
What confuses me is not to imply in any way that like two women couldn't be a couple, all right? But I'm like wondering what their relationship is. Like one of them, like, okay, so this is the boy's mother, I'm thinking, but then who's this lady?
Well, and not something you can suss out just by staring at them.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'm just thinking out loud. All right. I mean, they're not turning into wolf form at all. Neither of them is like going wolf at all, correct?
No.
Well, you should know that you may soon be among the only inhabitants of this cave. What?
Yeah, nothing. Go on.
Just trying to let them know the truth of what's happening.
Maybe ask which alpha they support as correct leader, or like who becomes alpha if Ferenz, I think, is the most current one. If something were to happen to him, just to try to figure out like, are they going to be in camp? The kids can leave. This is fine, or are they going to try to stop us from leaving with the kids?
I mean, I think that's fairly obvious at the point that they're not attacking us. We should probably just leave alone.
I'm not thinking like crossbow's still out, but I'm not thinking we'll need to fight them. I'm just trying to like, this is an odd situation just to find like such like a nuclear family dynamic just kind of happening in the middle of it.
Inside their own home, Jake?
Well, no, inside like amid a den of werewolves.
This is their home. Wolves are very, very family oriented.
I'm just trying to figure out who's a werewolf here. Not saying I'm not even saying that I'll kill them right away. I'm just trying to figure out who is a werewolf, who's not. I believe that one of them is really the mom. By the way, maybe even unpacking some of this like in character right in front of them. Like happy to be doing that. So Mina's just kind of like, okay, I'm willing to just kind of wash my hands of this and leave them here. I just wanted to let them know that like we're kind of thinning out the rest of the pack a little bit, so they don't go looking for aunt and uncle, whatever their faces are. But Mina's gonna walk away from that.
Okay. For those of you who are currently working on Yonder Werewolves, Harmony, you were able to release the man without any real trouble. His shackles are not complicated or anything like that.
No, that's not what happened, by the way. I just am wondering.
I know, Jake.
Who is the actual mother of the child? Right. Anyway, continue. Yeah.
Oh, so it's an episode of Maury Pope. It's.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So then, so you're able to release the man. The werewolf. Say, Harmony, how are you? Or not Harmony. Excuse me, Ash. How are you attempting to open the shackles?
Well, I was hoping it was some kind of simple mechanism that just couldn't be manipulated by the wearer. But if it's something that actually needs a lock, and then I'll probably have to have Harmony's help.
Okay.
I want to try and smash it off because that's just going to damage whoever's in them.
As Harmony's freeing him, she'll kind of like say to him kind of quietly, do you think you can get through to her in her current state?
He nods and kind of still seeming a little bit weak, apparently having not really gotten up and moved about much the last couple of days. He sort of kind of crawls along the wall towards her, and kind of gently and tenderly reaches out towards her. Annika, it's me. It's gonna be all right.
Is she like snapping and biting at him, or is she just really just acting like she's in pain?
In pain.
Because of the shackles. Okay. Harmony, why don't you start working on her shackles, and I'll do a cure in hopes that she will kind of calm down a little bit if she's getting less pain because of healing.
Harmony kind of eyes the... Is the werewolf, like, flailing around, or is she just, like, recoiling in pain?
More of the flailing.
Okay. Harmony's going to eye her jaws warily and be like, well, I'll give it a try. And it'll kind of, like, inch her way... It'll kind of, like, inch her way towards the... wherever the lock on the shackles is. She'll try to, like, get close without getting bit or clawed, ideally.
I'm timing the cure wounds with Harmony releasing the shackles and stuff. So.
Actually, before I do, I will try to roll a persuasion check. Just be like, "It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna let you go." And if that qualifies for a persuasion check, I'll make.
I can help on that one because I've already tried doing stuff like that, right?
Dan, do I have advantage on that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, cool.
Okay. You make your attempt, and go ahead and make your Thieves' Tools check.
Okay, sure thing. Oh, that shouldn't have advantage. One on the left.
Okay. You are able to unlock the manacles. The moment that the second one is kind of released, she immediately reverts back to a human form.
Thank God.
Yeah, she's quite clearly been in this hybrid state for quite a while, and it just sort of curls up into a fetal position. The moment she transforms, the man kind of immediately rushes over to her and kind of pulls her into his arms and begins kind of I'll say babbling, but babbling sympathetically. And I'm so glad you're okay. I'm so sorry this happened. That sort of thing.
I'm going to inquire of his name real fast.
You already know his name.
Oh, do we? Oh, okay. I don't have it in my notes, so I don't know.
And he's distracted, but Harmony will kind of mention to Ash, like, Lady Wachters, man, if I remember correctly.
Hilk. Is that your name?
Alik?
Alik?
He is not paying any attention to you at all.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay here, or do you want to leave?
Let's figure out how much of an option leaving is. We can leave them here for now, I think. We can.
I think we should
talk
start
with them.
gathering our people and heading.
Right. But we want to. Well, before we bring the kids down here, we just want to make sure that Skennis is not going to present a obstacle to leaving. So Harmony will kind of like turn to look at the rest of the group and just think like, we should probably see about the old man.
All right, let's go talk to the old man then. Let's move as a team here.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I'm just around the corner.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
here.
going up the stairs, and I ran into Mina. Hello, Mina.
Okay.
And it was this way that you found the family?
They're up here.
Up north of
Oh,
that.
in that one. Okay.
Sonny's just gonna sit there and creepily watch them, and if they do anything like
Okay.
threatening, then he's gonna report.
Okay. Your path seems entirely unimpeded, coming down through the caves. And looking down to the south there, you can see the mouth of the cave. The sort of pack of wolves that sticks with Skennis as a general rule seems to be sort of all laying about and sort of boredly waiting around the mouth of the cave. Skennis seems to be up on that upper ledge with the two women who traditionally kind of keep guard.
Yeah, Harmony will start like walking up the steps towards him, unless she is barred from doing so.
Nope.
Okay. She will kind of walk up with the rest of the group, and will kind of like approach Skennis and just kind of nod to him and say, "Thank you for letting us pass. Are we free to leave?"
He kind of looks at Harmony for a long moment. Did you?
It is
She
done.
She will kind of add to Ash's and just say, He gave us no other choice.
Then you should go. Take them and never return.
She will nod regretfully and say, I wish it could have happened. Yeah, Harmony will just... Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Ash.
I was just gonna say we also freed the man and the hybrid that were being tortured. What are their fate if left here?
He shakes his head. If Ferenz is done, they can stay. I have no problem with their coupling. It was only the wrath of Kirill in the first place that put them in such a position.
Okay.
Harmony will just say, I wish this could have ended differently. I'm sorry.
Just go.
She nods. And we should see if Halik wants to stay or not. I mean, I assume he does, but...
I'm inclined to just leave him with his lover at this point. As long as he's not in danger of the pack, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, after he says that we're free to go, Winley will immediately run back up to Doc and the kids and start kind of hurting them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, nobody impedes you on your way out. Stennis and the two guardians and the wolves sort of watch closely as you all make your exit. And as the last of you is kind of passed from the mouth of the cave, they all sort of seem to withdraw back into the cave itself.
Mentally picturing Doc entertaining the children with his little artificer whiz bangs.
As one artificer does.
Does Halik say he's gonna stay?
Yes.
Well, okay, Harmony will ask, is there anything you'd like us to tell Lady Wachter when we see her?
He shakes his head. Oh, I never want to see her again.
Tell her I'm dead.
Fair enough. We wish best of luck, Halik. I hope you find happiness.
He smiles appreciatively at that.
Yay!
Yay! We're so heroic.
Do we want to stop by the tower, or are we going straight to the village?
Let's
We
get
got
the
the
kids
kids.
back ASAP.
Yeah. I just realized we left a note with What's Her Butt saying that we're going to go attack werewolves. So we might want to send maybe someone around there just to tell her, leave another note to her door saying, all cool, don't come looking for us at Werewolf Den.
I mean, I'm happy to. I don't know. Maybe someone else is better for this, but I'm happy to scoot over there and just let her know if she's there.
But you're our guide. Do the rest of us know the way back?
At this point, we've made this journey twice. I think that, non-trackers can probably figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the impression it was that hard to find in the first place. So maybe I'm wrong.
And we can probably take the same path that kind of skirts towards the tower so that Mina just has to duck in and duck out. Mina can probably move faster than us and can catch up.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast Longstrider so we have a slight, 40-foot as opposed to 30-foot advantage. And yeah, let's do that. I'll scamper over there, see if I can find blanking on her name right now.
Esmeralda.
Right, Esmeralda. How could I have forgotten that? And then we'll meet back at Vallaki.
Okay.
Dan, are the rest of us confident we can make it back, having made the trip multiple times?
Yeah.
I'm asking the DM.
No, I am confident.
I mean, you're leaving in the middle of the night, so that's the only factor of potential concern. But you've made it to and from without challenge otherwise.
Harmony's
doesn't
not
love-
proficient in survival.
So Winley doesn't love splitting the party, but if we need to, fine.
It's just because of the kids. I would say let's just
Could
go
we
to
just?
the tower, but
I mean, Mina, I don't know how your bond works, but could you just send Sonny with a handwritten note, have him drop it off, and circle back around to meet us? He's probably the fastest of any of us.
I mean, if I cast Longstrider, we're the same speed, but
Okay, I got you.
Could do that. I just figured it's
Right.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other, a little bit, because we'll. Having said that, now I'm sure there's some major complication that'll happen to one group.
Right. That's what I was concerned with, splitting the party.
Just yell really loud.
I was on the way there. We could just go as a party to the tower real fast.
Yeah, I think
Let's do that.
Ash/Tom is right. Let's just do it, and
Actually, I mean, it might be best, depending on how cold it is, to spend the night at the tower and try to take the kids back in better conditions.
How
You know,
cold
it's
is
a
it?
good defensible
Very cold.
area.
Very cold.
Very cold.
Okay.
Yeah, we should see if we can just snooze at the tower.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cast that hut or whatever.
I do have that if we need it, but the hut's pretty close.
Maybe
I mean,
we could
the
just
tower's pretty close.
Yeah. Then yeah, Doc should absolutely peruse the library.
I say, what time is it now?
It's close to midnight.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we not just hang out? Can we not just spend the night in the cave here to avoid traveling at midnight with children?
They do not want us to
Werewolves
hear
don't
anymore.
want us.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I can give the kids my cloak, or a couple of, they can kind of two in one cloak kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll share my cold weather clothing as well with the.
We can make it to the tower.
I mean, speaking as someone whose cloak is probably actually child-sized, Doc will also.
I was gonna say, speaking as someone who's 7 feet tall, probably 2 could share mine.
Several.
Okay.
Why don't we just rotate them? Oh, I was going to say we could rotate them in and out of the bag of holding, but their friends' corpses are in there.
That's
No, let's not
Oh,
do
yeah. No thanks. No. All right, so yeah, we'll go to the.
They're already traumatized.
Okay. So, do you want to go clockwise or counterclockwise around the lake?
Counter.
Counterclockwise, right?
On account of there being a bridge.
Yeah.
On a counterclockwise, and there being a no.
Okay.
Nice.
Everybody make a perception check.
Oh, God.
What's the point of having a 22 passive if you never get to use it?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm guessing that was his work phone?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
I can't imagine he reacts like that to non-work phone calls.
Okay. As you're approaching the bridge, on the far side and sort of up the hill that kind of leads the road up to the east, you can see what looks to be a horse, perhaps tethered or standing just kind of by the edge of the woods. It's not very distinct. There's no torchlight or anything around it, but you can definitely make out the shape of a horse. Probably call it maybe a quarter of a mile, kind of ahead of you.
Is this
On
a
the road.
normal looking horse? Or is it like fiery or skeletal?
It looks normal, but it's hard to make out in the darkness.
Are we going to go past it, like on our current path?
Yes.
Let's just skirt around. Like, is it like right here or is it right here?
It's
How close is it?
more down there.
Okay, so can we kind of skirt around it and just go by the lake, over this?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, you certainly could.
I say we avoid this thing like the plague.
Okay.
Agreed.
Do you want to cross the bridge and then follow the river, or do you want to follow the river and just cross it at some point?
Oh, no, I'd like to cross the bridge. I don't want to try and cross a river with kids when it's this cold.
Okay. All right. Any other precautions there?
I mean, constantly. So it's like past the bridge, a little ways down the road here is what it
Yep.
sounds like.
Yep.
Okay, so just not letting it out of sight, like constantly watching it as we make our way across the bridge, and then until we're out of sight, like beyond these trees, just not letting my eyes off it.
Okay.
Keeping the kids, like, on the riverside and us in between it.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. As you are crossing the bridge, a crossbow bolt whips out of the darkness from somewhere in the vicinity of the horse and smashes Ash in between 2 points in her armor. The effects of which are...
$59 points of damage. Tom's down.
We'll find out. We will find out.
Why would you even suggest?
Jesus Christ!
Yikes.
28 damage as the bolt essentially catches you in the side of the neck.
Yeah.
Can you ping where that came from? Okay. The horse.
Like, from like the woods near where the horse is.
Gotcha.
Motherfucker.
To be clear, by the way, this is a very long distance shot. This is a shot from easily like over 1,000 feet.
Well, mad respect, but Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but all I'll say is, like, I'm just looking to see what Ash wants to do, but assuming we should just, like, hustle out of here. Like,
I would say hustle because we can't see their assailant.
yeah.
Yeah, just take off.
Okay. Is anybody is everybody just making a run for it, or is anybody taking any other sort of action there?
Double move.
I mean, Winley will just be like, we should get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
I guess.
What's the children's movement speed?
30 feet. They're all teenagers. Okay.
I'm gonna cast Dark Vision, and Mina, as soon as we're out of sight beyond the trees here, I'm gonna kind of move into the trees and flank the group as we go, and specifically looking back this direction to see if anyone's following us. But I'll be slightly behind because I am casting Dark Vision, like I said.
Okay.
Do we have any light sources?
Yes.
Okay. I
It's
assumed that wasn't ongoing, but wanted to.
It's always assumed I've cast light.
Okay.
Okay.
As you are running for the trees, a second bolt zips right past Ash's head, but does not connect this time.
Why are they trying to kill me?
Who have you pissed off recently?
Everyone.
And as you are making it to the tree line and finally into cover, a third bolt pings off of one of your pauldrons. That said, you've now made it to the tree line and out of line of sight from the area around the horse.
I'm going to take a quick moment to heal myself a little bit.
Okay. Ash, make a Constitution save.
Oh, good. I'm poisoned. All right, hold on. Let me get back to my core. 4. Constitution, you said?
Yep.
The mental image of a horse trying to shoot a crossbow is really comical.
Okay. You feel something is kind of biting at you in the area around where it hit you, but you don't feel any effect.
All right. I think I have something for that. If not, I can prepare something. I'm just going to do a quick cure wounds on myself for now. Does anyone know, does the cleric get the additional healing that he gives to other people? I'm not quite sure.
Yes.
You are a creature, I believe.
Well, I wasn't sure if your own stuff could heal yourself, you know. I knew you could, like, cast spells on yourself, but I wasn't sure if, like, the buffs would transfer over or not.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah,
Everybody
tough deal.
Everybody make another perception check, please. Okay, everybody but Mina, and Sunny can hear this as well. Everybody but Mina can hear in the distance the sound of a horse galloping off to the east.
Galloping towards us or away from us?
Away.
Off to the east.
So away. They could be going for this trail to try and head us off, but for right now we know they're going this way.
We didn't get a close look at the horse, right? We skirted it. There weren't any, like, obvious insignias.
No, I mean, you could literally see the dark silhouette of a horse on the side of the road,
It's
over
probably
1,000 feet away.
The silver dragons coming for vengeance because we killed one of them on the road.
Harmony's like, you what now?
Oh yeah, we didn't tell you about that.
Don't worry about it, Harmony. It's fine.
You guys managed to piss someone off in the 5 minutes between leaving Castle Ravenloft. Not 5 minutes, but...
Okay.
Yes. The answer is yes.
It's been about a minute or so since you were able to kind of hunker down in the woods here and heal. Is anybody doing anything else? Are you moving?
Let's head towards the tower.
Okay.
Don't worry, kids. This happens a lot.
Yeah.
All right. As you approach the tower, you can see that there is a light in the upper windows. It appears that Esmeralda may have wakened at some point.
Let us in, let us
Okay.
in, let us in!
We're gonna make Doc do the dance again, right?
Yes, every time, just in case.
As is tradition.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, get up there, Doc. Show off your sweet moves.
Okay. Doc is able to perform the ritual without any challenge, and you are all able to safely enter into the tower if you should so choose.
In. Everyone in.
I do so choose.
Okay.
And Winley really feels like we should probably knock on the door first.
Yeah, but we're being pursued by evil crossbow man.
Oh, okay, fine.
Well, Ash is being pursued by an evil crossbowman.
Move my token down to the first floor.
Yep. Rather than teleporting back up to the top immediately.
Well, that's where I was, I guess, when we left this map originally. So.
I
do like the picture that the wagon is somehow still on fire.
Well, yeah. Gotta be clear that you blew it to pieces.
It's an ever-burning wagon, guys. You've never heard about those?
An ever-burning wagon. I love that.
They made it out of ever-burning torches.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you are at the tower. You were not fired upon again. Approaching it. That said, entering into it, you can see light kind of coming down the shaft in the middle. The elevator still seems to be here on the bottom floor at the moment.
Harmony will... Well, okay, Harmony's not going to, because Harmony didn't... Well, Esmeralda could see her. Could she see? She couldn't see Harmony.
No.
Okay, then she's not going to be the one to say hello.
Winley will call out.
You kind of hear some steps on the up above, a couple floors up, and you see Esmeralda kind of peek her head down the shaft. That's you.
Yep.
Yes.
It's Winley, Ash, Mina, Doc, and our friend Harmony, who the last time we met was unfortunately dead. But she's back.
And several orphans.
And also 6 children.
Say hello, orphans.
They're orphans.
Hello, orphans.
She seemed a little bit taken aback when you mentioned the orphans, and then suddenly kind of shrugs her shoulders, shakes her head, and kind of gestures. Well, come on up.
Did you get our note?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just curious.
All right. Winley will sort of herd all of the children onto the elevator. Will we all fit on the elevator?
Yeah, how many people can fit on the elevator?
It's very tight, but that said, it is manageable.
All right.
Brent,
Catch him up in the chat, please.
Okay.
Anyway, everybody's getting on the elevator?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little draggy drag here for a moment. Is anybody staying outside or staying on the first floor?
I'll bar the door or push some of these boxes in front of it or something, but then I'll come up.
Okay.
Sunny is gonna stay down on the first floor.
Okay.
He'll chill down there.
Cool.
I'll get off at the library.
Okay.
No
one is shocked by this.
Yeah, right.
See you tomorrow, Doc.
Before we go up, can Winley just stick her head outside and listen really quick to make sure the horse isn't chasing after us?
Sure.
You get a crossbow bolt between the eyes.
As one does. Okay. No one seems to be chasing you.
Okay, cool. I will then get on the elevator and go up.
Okay.
I did cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
Okay.
If you didn't do that in chat. Hopefully that removes whatever poison that was in the arrow, and then I work on if the healing didn't make it push out and get out, I make sure it gets out and
Okay. Esmeralda looks at Ash, kind of amused. What on earth did you get up to? Who shot you?
We got ambushed on the road by the bridge down south. Someone was after me. They were targeting me with some long-range crossbow.
She kind of shrugs. Well, welcome to Barovia. It seems to be a dangerous place in all corners, eh?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out exactly who I personally pissed off. We've pissed off quite a bit of people, but I don't know who I personally pissed off. We'll see, though.
So, where is with the children?
I assumed we took them up. Or is she saying what's with the children, or where are the children?
What's with?
Well, the werewolves kidnapped them, and we went and got them back.
How noble of you. She seems sort of to get lost in thought, even as she's saying that, seeming to perhaps have something come to mind as you explain what's going on or what was going on.
I'm gonna examine that crossbow bolt. Is there anything to tell me, any kind of clues that I might glean from it?
Go ahead. Well, go ahead and make a intelligence check.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Intelligence.
Can I were there still gaps in the tower in that one floor, like where you could see out?
Yep, on
Tell
the
me
third
for
floor.
investigation.
There are also windows on every floor.
I guess it's the same modifier either way, so I'll just roll it as an investigation. Doesn't matter. Whoop, whoop.
Okay. You're looking at this bolt, and you having been in the military at one point, you can tell that this is definitely of some sort of special make. I mean, you've seen light crossbow bolts, heavy crossbow bolts, ballistas. This is something that was clearly made for some sort of longer flight. The bolt itself is narrower. The feathers are extreme of some sort of very fine quality. By all perception to you, it's obviously been specially made, as well as the fact that there's a reservoir for whatever sort of poison was in it, clearly built into the bolt as well.
So it's definitely probably not the Knights of the Silver Dragon, because they look like they came out of graves, and this is probably like looking brand new almost.
Yeah, this thing came off of somebody's like masterwork forge.
Sweet. Someone really wants me dead. Awesome. Cool.
Mina's immediately like, we should go back and find them. I mean, protect Ash.
Mina, do you want this crossbow bow? I mean, you can't use it for yourself, but it might become handy sometime later.
Sure. I guess I'll take it. Does it look like? Could I use it?
It does not look like it's compatible with your hand crossbow. The bolt itself is far too long.
Well, yeah, I'll just keep it as like a fun little.
Maybe we'll find that sniper crossbow sometime.
Memento, if nothing else.
What should I?
Souvenir.
Is there anything specific I should call it, or?
I would just call it sniper bolt or something to that effect. You don't know what the real name of it is, so.
Yeah.
Function provides name as best it can.
Yeah.
There's something else I wanted to do. Who wants to be cured of like Campsy?
So I don't think I actually took a bite, so I think I'm good.
I'm relatively confident I failed a Constitution save somewhere in there. I don't know if Dan, I don't know if I'm feeling particularly bitey, but
hard for you to say.
Well, there's one for Harmony.
Anyone feeling particularly choppy thoughts here?
Anyone else?
Winley never got bit.
I legitimately did. I get bit at all last game, Dan? It's
Nope.
been a few weeks.
Nope.
Your HP was full at the beginning of the
Right.
session, so I'm gonna assume not.
Jake, did you get bit?
I don't think I'm feeling wolfish.
Okay.
So I think
I'll use one on me then. So I'm out of third level spells, but me and Harmony have both been removed cursed.
Okay. All right.
Long rest?
If you'd like.
does Esmeralda have enough space for us, and/or is willing to let us stay the night?
I mean, if you sort of discuss, like, do we want to stay here or something, Esmeralda sort of shrugs. I'm sort of short an extra bed or two, but there's plenty of room.
I know there's a big hole in the tower. Does that affect the conditions inside of it?
Not when the elevator is pulled all the way up.
Okay. Well, if there's not room for everyone to sleep comfortably in here, I could cast Tiny Hut on one of the other levels just to give us more space and comfortable conditions to sleep in, if that's... That way we could potentially keep watch, but have a place to, like, sleep.
I know what I was gonna do. I know it's probably not a huge issue, but I am going to take some time to cast Gentle Repose on the two kids' corpses that we're keeping, so they're not like rotting in our bag.
Okay.
And I'll just ritual cast those.
Okay.
Can the children sleep up here on your level where it's a bit warmer, and we can sleep? I don't know. I mean, not to speak for the rest of the party, but I'm happy to sleep on the third floor, whichever one it is, right below us.
The library.
Oh well, the library that would work too.
The floor below you is not the library. The floor below you is the kind of a magical observatory.
That was what that was what I thought.
If we wanted to set a watch on the floor with the hole in it, Harmony could potentially cast Tiny Hut down there, so whoever's on watch could just kind of stay at the edge of it, and because you can look out of the Tiny Hut. It's not, and we could just make it in shifts.
Can we use the Tiny Hut to plug the hole in the side of the tower?
I mean,
Is it a tiny hole?
I think the hut creates like an actual thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it would take up. Yeah, I mean, I can post the description. I'm happy to do that if we want to set a watch around at the tower and spread out a little more. Anyways, it takes 10 minutes to cast. It's no skin off Harmony's nose.
And I'm happy to take a watch, and Sunny can as well.
Okay. If you guys want to go ahead and post an order of watch.
I'll probably take a first watch just because I'm getting done with the gentle repose, and I'll just watch and then head to bed after that's done, kind of thing.
Okay.
Winley can take second.
Third.
And Sunny's fourth.
Yeah, sure, Sunny will go fourth.
And Doc's reading until he passes out.
Yeah, basically. I was trying to find a good picture of someone sleeping with just the book on their face and just.
And Harmony's still trying to sleep off the effects of returning to this mortal coil, so she's not going to volunteer to take a watch.
I think we should maybe take a slightly long, since we're long resting here anyway, maybe we should plan on, I think it's usually 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we fine as a party giving it 9 or 10, just so everyone, kids included, is ready to, I don't know, maybe we don't, maybe we go the opposite way. What are our thoughts on that?
I don't think an extra hour or two will make any material difference.
I mean, ask Doc
if you want to take a little longer.
Doc would be like, "Oh no, I have to stay here another hour."
I was gonna say, don't threaten me with a good time.
My Harvey's interest is just in getting a full long rest to knock one more -1 off of this resurrection penalty. Beyond that, she's not particularly. We don't have any pressing appointments back at Vallaki. We kind of resurrected Harmony and then went out to save the children. We've got plenty of other quests in the quest log, but as far as
no, it was just a thought. So yeah, a normal long rest is totally great. Let's do it.
I'm sure Esmeralda would be happy to have some. Well, I guess we could talk to her about it in the morning. Unless she's secretly evil and the children are all zombified when we wake up.
I mean, we do have the extremely pressing matter of getting the wine flowing again.
That is very much the next most important thing to the lives of innocent children.
Okay, so I'm going to pause you here for a second. Is anybody doing anything else prior to the long rest?
No.
Beyond casting Tiny Hut? No.
Okay.
And that's as a ritual, though, so, you know.
Okay. Well, the night passes uneventfully, unfortunately, and everybody is able to gain the benefits of a long rest. Notably, in the middle of the night, Ash, kind of after you finished your watch and gone to sleep, you have a very strange dream. You find yourself sort of standing on the battlefield where you first found Bahamut, but the battle has turned a way that you are not familiar with. No one seems to have been left alive. There are piles of bodies, amongst which are our dear party members here, and sort of all seems to have been already lost. In the midst of the dream, you hear a kind of a gentle whisper. "This could have been avoided. You could have stopped this." And then with that, kind of the feeling of the dream slips away and the remainder of your sleep passes. You do recall the dream when you awake in the morning.
Nice.
Any weird dreams for anyone else?
Nope, just Ash.
Dreams of biting and clawing and
Nope.
any of that fun stuff? Okay.
Nope.
I will. Okay, yeah. So we are. Everyone passes the night in the Does Doc just like fall asleep and freeze to death in the library, or does he bring some books into the hut?
Probably bring some books into the hut.
Okay. Well, the relative version of the sun rises on Barovia the next morning. Again, everybody's well rested. What to do?
Back to Vallaki.
Onward to
Harmony-
offload the children.
Harmony is going to cast Gift of Alacrity again, just as part of her morning.
I like how
routine.
we now have a side quest that says discover who is trying to kill Ash.
Well, who isn't?
I mean, who isn't trying to kill Ash, really?
Really?
It's a great question. It's an excellent question.
Ash has a very polarizing personality.
Is anybody doing anything else at the tower before you go, or are you just kind of packing up?
Probably
camp
just
and heading
cycling out my collection of books that I have borrowed from the library there. I've also probably started an ad hoc like loaner list, like just have a sheet of paper checked out, checked in.
Sure.
Just have that in there somewhere.
Harmony will probably ask Esmeralda, so what do you intend to do now?
Esmeralda sort of shrugs. I planned on resting for another day or two, and then I thought I would try to find Van Richten. I tried to find Strahd's home within the castle, but clearly it is a greater task than I am able to equip, so I need to find the old man. Perhaps he can help.
Well, if you decide to sally forth for another attempt, we have unfinished business with him as well.
Yeah, please let us know.
Indeed, I will do so. And for you, safe travels, of course.
Of course. Sorry about your wagon.
Doc, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Doc loves making investigation checks.
I mean, I'm decent at them, unless
No.
unless I roll a fucking 4. Jesus.
You have noticed nothing in your readings and have enjoyed them immensely.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Well, with that, if the party is packing up to head back, head out on the road, let me move you back to yonder road. Okay. If I can get a marching order from everyone, that would be great.
Winley will take the rear once again. She also, as we're walking, wants to be carefully watching the road for signs of hoof prints.
Okay.
Perhaps figure out where that horse person went.
Okay.
Wait, don't we want... well, I guess to be clear, is the ranger even in the marching order, or is the ranger ranging?
Yeah, I'm kind of
Also
in
muted
front
me.
of the party itself, but I figured Jake would probably be true front. I don't know.
Sorry, I said I'd go first, but I was totally muted. And yeah, I kind of gotten to the point where I assume that Ash is like leading the party, and
Proper.
and I'm either like 60-ish feet ahead or like off to the side somewhere. But happy to adjust that as we go.
Okay. Harmony?
Wherever anyone else wants to put me, middle, back,
Very
whatever.
middle. Harmony,
middle.
let's protect Harmony.
Yes, obviously. She's fragile.
I think it's Ash, Doc, the children, Harmony, Winley.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, DM, what kind of rapport did Doc strike up with the children while he was looking after them in the awkward aftermath of freeing them from their captivity?
I just kind of assumed it was a bunch of 1,000-yard stairs, and that was about the end of it.
That would be about the level of rapport that has been built, yes.
Doc getting out all his toys and be like, hey, kids.
He probably tried and then just recognized the losing battle when he saw one, and just like, hey.
Doc's not having much success with the children of Barovia thus
Look,
far.
someday I will find someone with the actual heart of a child, and not a literal heart of a child, like a metaphorical one.
I was gonna say, Strahd probably has a couple of those.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Heading back down the road here, you do come to the crossroad. Do you want to head east or west?
I think
East is...
yeah.
Vallaki is east.
East.
Okay.
I had to move my map over to be sure, but yes, east.
You're just waiting for us to get the directions wrong and just kind of hurl ourselves off into wild blue yonder, aren't you?
Some version of that, yeah.
Well, I mean, we could probably get to where we're going by going, west, but it'd just be taking longer, and we'd see.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of look like these two paths here will presumably intersect in that general area, but
That's where isn't that where like the winery is supposed to be?
Somewhere yonder southwest is what you've been told or heard.
So are we putting all of our weapons in the bag of holding, or are we going to try and talk our way past the guards again and be like, hey, pass the buck up. We help protect the city. Maybe you want to leave our weapons on us.
Well, so what do we need to go into the city for? Because I'm happy...
Dropping off children and then heading out again, I thought was the plan. So
I'd be happy to do that.
There was also the objective of talking Lady Walk and telling her what we've discovered, or trying to figure out what her deal is.
Fair enough.
Do we want to bother with that, or are we ignoring the quest line for now?
Harmony kind of wanted to let her know about Halik, just so she knew one way or the other. And I guess in the course of that conversation, we could, just let her know what we found at the Duke's and see what she wants to do with that information. Harmony's assuming we're all on her side as opposed to the Duke's.
Well,
or the Barons,
we have no reason to distrust her yet, but also we don't really know what her deal is. So
I'm concerned that the Baron doesn't know. Like, I think his son is doing things without his father's knowledge. Like, I don't know if the Baron fully understands what's like unfolding at his house. So all that is to say, I don't fully believe that he's like evil necessarily yet, but I don't have any reason to think Lady Wachter is bad or anything. So I'd say let's tell him.
Did you see any evidence of his son like concealing his activity?
Well, it was hidden. It was up in the attic of the house, like hidden beyond a room.
The door was also trapped, so presumably to keep his parents out.
That's right. The door was trapped, and he reacted very obviously defensively when he thought someone was there. So I did have reason to believe that he was trying to do what he was doing in secret.
And even outside of that, there was still the guy chained up, just on the top floor,
that's true.
Which, we would assume that.
But that's typical Baron stuff. Just kidding.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much people chained up in your house? Awkward.
So how much would we want to tell her? I don't know if everyone's planning on going in, or if Harmony's just emissarying.
Well, I think if you're planning on going and talking to Lady Wachter, I feel like she's still enough of like an unknown that we should do that as a unit. I don't know if that'll necessarily be a quick conversation, I guess is what I mean.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's just a question of do we want to bother with it now, or...
And I guess I do feel like getting the...
I would also like to check on Irina and see if she's moved over to the church or not, or what.
Right,
Okay. The safety has still not been crossed off.
Okay. So sounds like we're all going into town. Yeah.
Is there like? Is there a way? Okay, so like our options are: we sneak our weapons into town, we try to talk our way past with our weapons. Those are our only two options, right?
We could leave the bag of holding with Sonny and just go in unarmed.
So that was my other thought: is like looking at these buildings out here. Is there? What do these look like? These
are just houses. These are houses, notably most of which with stables or that sort of thing. So they seem to be more for people who live around town or maybe work in town, but who have more livestock or more of an out of the town occupation.
Should we could try? I mean, we could just try hiding it somewhere, and Sonny could just watch it. We could try like offering someone some coin to just keep an eye on our shit.
I feel like the value of our shit exceeds the amount of coin that we would give to watch our shit.
Well, I was gonna say we could make Sonny part of that. Like, say, can you also watch our dog, and then Sonny can keep an eye on everything else.
I don't think the townsfolk will be super.
So I do think that we could try and make the case. I tried to do it last time, but I did a poor roll. but we could try and make the case as we've protected this town several times. We have the burgomaster's favor. We've even dined with him. Either, if you're not comfortable letting us in because of the new law, go get a superior, pass the buck and see what
right.
they,
Let's try it. And Mina will just, Mina's thinking like, let's go all together. Harmony, you've got that silver tongue, so you talk, and Ash, you're very passionate about it, so you chime in as well, and we'll see if we can get them to buy it. And
Winley can assist by giving some guidance.
Oh yeah, sweet. And it'd be lying, so I don't want to like throw deception in here as well, but I could like flash the document that the burgomaster gave me, because we do have like special permission for Sunny to come in. Maybe let's keep that out of it. That sounds like too much. You just make the best appeal you can, Harmony.
This also just feels like a lot of trouble to go through to just drop off some kids and then head out again if that's all we're planning on doing.
Well, but it sounds like we want to go
more.
Yeah, we want to go do more.
We want to talk to Lady Wachter, figure out what's
Check
going
out
on with
Arena.
Irina. Yeah.
We don't have rooms at the inn anymore, right? We pretty much checked out.
No.
I think we still have a room.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
We went ahead and paid the higher price for it, I think 2 days.
Sounds
Correct.
about right.
I think we still have one more night.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's approach.
Okay.
Okay. Well, approaching the gates, as has been tradition, you do find that there are a number of guards and that they are essentially going through the process of searching folks as they come through. Everybody is trying to hide their stuff, or are we going the talking route?
We're tying the talking.
Let's do
Harmony isn't hiding her stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Whoever is planning on doing the talking, take some guidance.
Who could possibly be doing the talking?
I would assume Harmony, but
And I'm helping.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attempt.
Okay, do you want me to like say what I'm saying or just roll the dice?
Just roll the dice.
You can just make a roll for it.
Sure. Advantage.
Okay.
Cool. I'm
Um,
gonna throw the D4 on there because you gave me guidance. Thank you.
they seem more or less not so much convinced, so much as overwhelmed by Harmony's fast talking demeanor, and kind of end up sort of going for an option of like, okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense. I don't know, and don't make any fuss of you attempting to take your weapons into the town.
Pleasure. All will be well, etc., etc. And Harmony will kind of wave everybody through before the guards become unbamboozled.
Okay. Where to
All
in
right.
town?
Because I believe that's on our way to the end.
Yes, it is.
Do we want to drop off the bodies at the church?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm concerned by how frequently we say those words. Drop the bodies off at
You
the
just
church.
casually drop off
This
bodies.
is the last time.
Bodies.
Oh, that's adorable.
Definitely.
Some kind of remains. Yeah.
This is definitely the last time.
Okay. Well, you do find that they're willing to take in the boys. Father Lucian is obviously quite upset to see that they've passed, but it expresses immense gratitude for returning them instead of leaving them there. With that, he does offer up 50 gold pieces for their return, and again, kind of expresses his gratitude to you.
Does someone want? Should I just put that on my sheet, or do we want to put it on a bag? Or
What? We could just say 10 gold apiece.
that's true.
Sure.
Unless Sonny wants gold, I'm just gonna put down 10 gold. Hey! Got paid back for the cold weather gear.
Everyone put 10 gold on their paper. Okay. I'm going to ask them while we're here, since we've done all this work for them, and since this is probably the safest place in town, if we could arrange something for Arena to be safe here, to come stay here for a little bit.
He nods. I think that would be wise. St. Andrew's has always been a sanctuary for those in danger and those in need.
All right, thank you. We will go get her in after we deliver the other orphans back to the orphanage.
Always an asterisk for recent events notwithstanding.
Yep. Also, while we're here and I have your ear, we had to leave quite early the other morning, but we noticed a bunch of heads on the walls. Is that just due to recent events, or what were their crimes?
Father Lucian sort of blanches at that. Oh dear, yes, after the attack, Izek, the city guard, have been investigating, looking for ne'er-do-wells responsible.
Do you believe that those who have been punished so far were actually involved, or could they possibly be scapegoats?
Oh, that's not a loaded question at all.
He sort of winces at that. I'm afraid, in my position as the priest of the town, that I am privy to an understanding of sins and other things that people get up to. I honestly, without breaching the confidence, I really couldn't say.
All right. I just wasn't sure if there was a witch hunt going on, or if these might be legit, or I don't know. I won't put you in any more of a rough state. I know these are questions that are uncomfortable.
Stop talking!
Okay.
I, of course, asked those questions, making sure there was, no one, an immediate vicinity.
The church is, as it often is, quite empty, at least during the day. The most people you've ever seen here was the night of the massacre.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to the orphanage, I believe.
Okay.
Returning
to the orphanage. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, where's Irina?
At the inn, hopefully.
Just wondering if we can kill two birds and maybe I can just jog over to the inn and tell her to move to the church.
Have at it.
All right, I'll do that then.
Okay. All right.
Maybe she moved in with Vasily. Maybe things are moving very quickly there.
You never know. You never know. Well, coming. So sorry. Is only Mina going to the Blue Water then?
Yeah.
Harmony will go with her just
Okay.
to just so we're strength in numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are going to the Blue Water, and the rest of us are delivering the children to the orphanage?
Yes.
Just because,
Sounds
assuming if we get in trouble, we'll fight to get back together. But assuming that these are both going to be relatively straightforward, let's go.
Do you want to have me come with just for backup or whatever?
Yeah, you stay. We stay with them. Yeah.
3 and 3. 3 and 3.
Winley's fine with going to deliver children.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, going to Winley and Doc and Ash heading to the orphanage. Just coming to it, you find that they are, of course, ecstatic to see the return. Both Sister Claudia and Milovaj both come out upon seeing the boys kind of coming up the street. And there is a very tearful and excited reunion. The boys kind of run into their arms in the kind of the very literal sense. There are many hugs and warm greetings and appreciations and whatnot. Milovaj kind of looks to you after a moment and kind of cautiously or perhaps fearfully states, and the others?
There was 2 others that didn't make it. We have returned them to the church, who will make sure they get a proper burial.
Fuck. Well, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done.
I will also kind of lead her kind of to the sides of out of earshot of the children, just be like, they were in a really, really rough situation. So you might need to give them a little bit of space, a little bit of room, just, give them time to heal.
Of course.
Mentally and emotionally,
Of
Seems
course.
to be stacking up. We already traumatized Felix. So.
Did we give them restorations just in case they'd gotten bitten, or did we check for that?
I thought it was.
Winley checked them to see if they needed healing, and Dan said that they seemed to be fine with no cuts, scrapes, bites, whatever that needed healed.
So they
I'm
were
gonna assume
physically
that's
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, they were being made to fight so they could kill each other, so the strongest could be made to be turned. So I don't think they were being turned at all.
Just wanted to make sure we didn't have like werewolf sleeper agents that we were just kind of putting at the orphanage.
That would be funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Hilarious.
All right. For those of you who are going to the Blue Water, and I'm going to go ahead and as we do, drop us onto the Blue Water map. Harmony and Mina walking up to the Blue Water. Something is definitely amiss here. Kind of coming up to the inn. You can see that there are 2 town's guards standing outside the front doors, as well as one standing over by the stairs that lead to the rooms upstairs. And your rooms, and there is kind of nobody in the street outside. Nobody is milling about, hanging about, or doing anything otherwise. The guards don't say anything as you're approaching, but do seem to be watching you closely.
I'd like to just walk past them and head straight towards our room.
Okay. They do not impede you or step into your way or anything of the like.
Okay. Yeah, I want to head up to the room.
Okay.
Is that Casimir at the bar?
That is not Casimir at the bar. That is Izek.
Oh, great.
Let me move you. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just remembered you actually put us on the map. So yeah, here I got it. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Mina coming, and you're going to see the same thing that Harmony does, but kind of coming up the stairs or walking through the front door. You see that the common room here is effectively empty, but for 7 guards and Izek. Izek is sitting at the bar, kind of staring intently at Erwin, who looks very, very, very nervous at what's going on here. And you can't really hear what he's saying, but he seems to be sort of growling at Erwin in some version of a threatening tone as you were entering from your respective entrances.
Mina's going to, at this point, seeing just everything that's going on here, this looks complicated, she's going to send Sunny, just kind of quietly says, why don't you run on over to the orphanage so that the others know to hurry, to get here, just in case something goes down.
Okay.
And Sunny will make to do that, if that's cool with you.
Winley, I'm going to move you back just so you don't confuse the room.
And Harmony will, kind of seeing Mina talking to Sunny and seeing Izek sort of looming over. Who's the guy behind the bar again? Sorry, remind me.
Erwin,
right? Kind of threateningly will kind of step in and kind of just raise her voice and say, Izek, haven't seen you around these parts before. A bit early for a drink, isn't it?
He kind of very slowly, in his kind of ponderous and menacing way, turns about to look at Harmony. Well, look who's come back to town. Where have you been, eh?
Oh, out and about. We bards tend to travel quite a bit. You gotta pick up stories where you can, right? And boy, do I have a few more.
Don't you just. Tell me, where's the Lady Koljanovic?
Well, we, despite being her companions, are not her babysitters. We were hoping. Last we saw her, she was in the rooms we shared. Is she no longer?
She isn't. Tell me then, do you know where she might have gone?
Well, Harmony kind of makes a show of thinking and just says, any number of places, I would think. I assume since you're here asking, she's not at the burgomaster's. She could be at the church or the orphanage, or perhaps she made a social call of some sort. We were hoping to reunite with her. We only just got back into town doing some adventuring and daring do. So we can try to find her, certainly.
It would be appreciated by the burgomaster if you were to return her to his protection.
Yes, of course. We will happily do so. If you receive any... Do you have any... What brings you here, if I may ask? Just in terms of, did you have any sort of... was there a threat made to her?
He just sort of narrows his eyes at Harmony and doesn't answer that. He kind of looks back to Erwin. If she comes back, you know where to find us. And then seems to be beginning to make his way out past Harmony without further remark.
Always a pleasure, Isaac.
Okay.
Assuming he doesn't also backhand Harmony for those cheeky remarks she's got to stop making, Harmony will approach the bar. How's Erwin doing? A little bit shaken?
Very, very shaken and very visibly shaken. Mina, upstairs, you notice as you've come up here that the door to Arena's room is open, and that there is a guard searching it.
Yeah, it's this room, right?
Well, you guys have mostly slept in this room, and then you also have this room here, which is where Arena's been staying.
Okay. Well, yeah, I poke my head in too, and seeing that she's obviously not there. Or does it look like her belongings are there, and like our things? Do we have things still there? I can't remember.
I mean, some various personal effects. Yes, her things are still there for the most part, although they've very clearly been gone through. The guard has not been particularly fastidious in putting things back as he's gone through things. Coming into the room, he kind of seems to go to put a hand on the sword at his belt. What are you doing here?
Friend of Arena's.
What?
You can. What's that?
You know what she's going about to.
No, but you can leave those things to me.
All right. He kind of steps out of the room and makes his way back downstairs. Everybody else, Sonny has shown up looking quite anxious.
To the inn!
Yeah.
Is the bard stuck down a well?
Rough.
I resent the implication.
Did Harmony get torn apart by vampires again?
Well, that wasn't nearly as dramatic as I was worried it might be, but I honestly thought he would be, if Mina kind of reconnects with Harmony briefly here, honestly I thought he would be much more angry about that, so I feel like we did all right there.
Harmony will approach Erwin. How's he looking? Does he look like he is the type to hold up under stern interrogation?
No, and he very much, as soon as Isaac leaves, kind of just sits down on the floor behind the bar and has like a head and hands moment of just, oof.
You all right, Erwin? Looks like you're the one who could use a drink this time.
Oh, that I could. Yeah.
I assume he was asking you the similar question he asked me. And I assume you don't know.
Some of the guards came by her last night looking for her, but without him. I'm used to the guards coming through, throwing out the drunks and whatnot occasionally, but can't say I've ever gotten used to him coming through.
He's an unsettling one, certainly. I do have to ask, when was the last time you saw Arena?
Last night. Last night when they came looking for her, actually. She'd just been here maybe a half hour earlier or so. Went with them Wachter boys. By the time they came through, she was gone. But her beau there, Vasily, they came and asked him questions and took him along with them.
Wachter boys? You said Lady Wachter's men were asking questions?
No, Carl, her son.
Oh. Interesting.
I mean,
okay.
Didn't she mention she was looking for a woman for a boy?
Yes, she did.
Or am I thinking of one of the other random dangling plot threads? I don't know.
I know that Lady Wachter's son was briefly in a dalliance with one of the Baron's kids. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yep.
Okay,
There's
so you
some
said
love triangle bullshit going on
Yes.
here. I don't know. Yeah.
just to clarify, Erwin said that the guards took Vasily with them.
Aye.
Oh, great. Okay, Erwin, I apologize for the disruption to the Blue Waters business. Do you know where Danica is? Is she here?
He nods. She's with the boys back in the kitchen.
Okay. pass along our best. I don't know that we'll be staying here. Our business may take us elsewhere, but if we are indeed taking a break, your hospitality has been much appreciated, and we're going to do our best to find the Lady Kolionic.
Well, thanking you kindly, and be safe. People are quite literally losing their heads around here.
Yes, doesn't seem to be well in Vallaki at the moment.
Don't say that out loud, man.
Okay.
Right.
Everyone else, you have arrived at the inn.
All right. Yeah, Harmony will kind of turn and rejoin Mina, and then I guess the rest of the group out front.
Yeah, I'll just explain when the others arrive. Just explain kind of what's gone down. Irina's missing. Was a little bit worried about the guard presence, and Izek was here. But that they've kind of dissipated at this point, but obviously Irina still missing.
Didn't we also tell Irina to go to the church?
Well,
We did.
Yeah.
I think it was
because
less.
she's not at the
I don't
inn
think we
doesn't
quite
necessarily
managed. I
Missing.
don't think we quite managed to impress upon her the importance of doing so, though.
Now, so he said, sorry, Dan, remind me if I'm misremembering this. Did he say Lady Wachter's men came and got Irina, or that they were looking for her?
That she went with her boys.
Okay. All right.
And I think we can safely
then-
assume that he passed that on to the guards. So if we go to Walker's place, we will likely find guards there too. And I
Presumably. But Lady Wachter seems the type to be able to hold up under interrogation more so than... and who knows how much leeway Izek actually has interrogating Lady Wachter.
Yeah.
She's pretty
All right.
powerful. Okay, so...
following the plot thread here, then.
Check marks here. We probably don't want Vasily to end up in the Reformation house. We should probably go see Lady Wachter for multiple reasons.
yeah, let's do it.
And
That's
we
the
have all the.
next round.
And at this point, I think we have all of the orphanage stuff fully tied off. Correct?
Freak and Myrtle are there, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we
Okay,
left them there.
then yeah.
You are able to head up the high street, given that Wachter House is only a mere few blocks to the north of the inn, and find that there are lights in the windows. I mean, it's kind of late morning, so it's not like they're needed to be per se, but there's obviously signs of life going on about the house as you approach.
Am I missing vision? Looks like a big black square for me, unless I'm just
You
not looking at the
definitely
right
have
spot.
vision.
Yep, it's kind of middle, about a third of the way up the map.
I don't
That's
have
where
a
mine
sun,
is.
but that's okay.
Oh, there we are. There I am.
Oh.
La Casa de Wachter.
Glad
So-
you could find yourself.
Ideally, this will be like a fairly mundane encounter. So,
Ideally.
thinking again, like Harmony, do you want to take lead on just getting Lady Wachter caught up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Would
And
love
Mina plans on just kind of standing outside and just keeping watch.
Harmony is going to knock upon yon door.
Okay. It's somewhat silent for a few moments, and then the door swings open, and you are faced with Ernst, Lady Wachter's footman, standing at the door. May I help you?
Yes. Hello, Ernst. Is the lady of the house in and available? We would like to speak to her when she has a moment.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure.
This is very improper, I'll have you know.
Oh, that shouldn't be advantage. I'm sorry. But that should be 16 is my minimum.
Okay. He nods. Yes, very well. Come in. Will your companions be joining you?
I'll
I think
come
a
with.
couple of them will. Would anyone, Mina, you
come
wanted
in.
to stay outside? Well, Mina, you may want to come inside since you're the only one who witnessed some of what we might want to relate to her. Do we want to just leave Sunny outside?
Who do we want as door guard? I'm fine with
What do you mean?
being on either end of things.
Well, like, you who witnessed the burgomaster's son. I don't know if we're going to tell her anything about that, but none of the rest of us saw him.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sonny, yeah, you just hang it out here. and sure, I can come talk to her about that.
Do we actually
I figured you would just like tell her that, but I can be your first-hand witness. That's cool.
Okay, do we actually
I
feel
just
the need
like
for an
having Mina around. Sorry, bro.
Go ahead.
It's fine. Do we actually feel the need for an outdoor guard here, or are we fine with just Sunny being?
Let's just all go in.
Yeah, I don't think we really need one, but yeah.
Winley planned on going in.
Okay, cool. In it is.
All right. He welcomes you in through the painted glass windows and ushers you into the same dining room that was off the left of the front door as before, or as the last time you were here. Just paying for you all to go.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
The book club.
I'm walking myself through. Did I just go into a closet? I went into a closet.
You sure did.
Sure.
You found the closet.
Doc disappears into the coat closet.
Jesus fuck. Okay. just
Doc
go
is
me.
now coming out of the closet.
Good.
Proud of you, Doc. Proud of you.
Fuck
I
it.
don't see Lady
I'm just
Walker's
skipping straight to the
token.
pig. Fuck it.
He's
What?
not.
Okay.
Just telling you where he ushered you to.
Yep.
He does close the doors and whatnot behind you, and then makes his way over to the door on the far end of the room past the dining room, knocks, and then kind of steps inside, and you can kind of hear voices in the other room there. He then emerges a few moments later. Lady Walker will be with you shortly, and then makes his way out of the room back towards the front.
Okay. Harmony will make herself comfortable on the couches. If those are couches, they might just be chairs and stuff.
Those are couches. There are couches and chairs.
Harmony will make herself comfortable.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
I'm way ahead of Harmony. I went and plopped myself down on that bar couch.
Just standing in the corner, smoking, keeping an eye out both of these windows.
Yeah,
I'm ignoring the no smoking sign on the wall.
Exactly.
Okay. About a minute passes or so, and then Lady Walker comes out of the door. She kind of her first person she's faced with is Mina, and she kind of curls her lip a little bit at the apparent smoking in the dining room, but doesn't pass comment on it. And then sort of turns and in turn kind of sees the other people who've made themselves more comfortable in the other parts of the room. She kind of gives you all a polite, if perhaps restrained smile. Well, what can I help you with?
Do you know where Irina is?
I do.
Where is she?
Is there something that she needs or that you need from her?
We would like to check on her safety because she was not where we expected her to be. And the burgomaster is apparently after her.
Okay.
Or looking for her.
Make a persuasion check.
I'll give you help on that. I do like to picture Harmony kind of like rising off the couch and like smoothing her stuff and like attempting to like opening her mouth to like be all very courteous and then
Diplomatic.
Where's Irina?
Oh, that dude's exactly what I was picturing.
Then we get Batman over here.
Except, like, I wasn't being abrupt. I wasn't.
No,
being,
yeah.
I was being abrupt.
How did you know that she would know where Irina is? I'm just curious.
Because
I assumed we talked on our way over.
we heard Irina left with Lady Walker's men.
Oh yeah.
last night.
That's right. Sorry, I forgot about the conversation with her.
Okay. She kind of continues to regard Ash and doesn't seem particularly pleased with Ash's demeanor, or in sort of how Ash is presenting, and instead seems to kind of turn to Harmony and the others. I seem to recall we had a discussion in this very room a few days ago regarding finding the perhaps proclivities or evidence of malfeasance by the burgomaster. Have you had any fortune in this regard?
Do we still have the doll?
I was going to say, Winley is going to pull the creepy doll out of the bag of holding and be like,
Yes.
well, if we weren't concerned about Irina's safety because of this, and kind of toss Lady Walker the doll, we're certainly concerned now that they're actively looking for her.
Despite her otherwise composed demeanor, she seems literally surprised that Winley would toss something at her and almost drops it when she catches it.
And that has a brief moment of, ah, fuck!
Kind of.
That's honestly kind of what Winley expected.
Harmony will kind of pursue forward with her, attempting to match Lady Walker's demeanor and just say, it is, of course, a pleasure to grace your abode again, Lady Wachter. We did, indeed, a few nights back, conduct a bit of espionage, shall we say, during our dinner at the burgomaster's manor. The doll my friend Winley has presented you is one thing we found. There were several interesting discoveries that are those of us who ventured throughout the manor into corners the burgomaster would not have us see found. But our primary question, and forgive our abruptness, it's been a stressful couple of days, is Lady Arena in any danger?
She kind of considers your story. Make a persuasion check, Harmony.
Okay. You said persuasion, right?
Yep.
Can I help by mentioning what I saw with the sun and I have reason to believe that there's something going on with the burgomaster's family as well.
Okay. Doc, do you bring that up, or?
I mean, I kind of try to quietly, like, do we want to mention the random dude that was tied up in there, or?
That would have to be Winley's bit to bring up.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I know
Winley
she
was
told us, but
yeah,
Winley would have to give a description.
Yeah, Winley will also throw that out there.
Does that qualify for the help action, Dan?
It does.
Boogity boogity. That should be a 16 minimum because I can get an 18 minus 2. Yeah, so 16 is the total.
Okay. She seems to kind of listen to the various parts of your story and the evidence you've gathered, and then kind of seems to consider her answer to your question. She may be in some form of danger. The burgomaster's men have been looking for her since yesterday, and they've already taken her companion, Vasily. What purpose they're looking for her for, I'm not certain, but for the last several days, and since the events at the church and in the town square, they have been rounding up suspects, people they believe, for one reason or another, to interrogate them and see that they are not harming the public welfare, as they have so deemed it. To that extent, for what purpose they want Lady Arena with, whether it's simply a power play to try to bring her into the fold or under their thumb, or if they think she has something to do with it, I could not say and do not know. However, you've presented more than enough evidence to depose the burgomaster should we find the right parties to support such a turn of power. One cannot simply put that together in a day, but given a few days, I think we can perhaps gather the momentum necessary to depose the burgomaster and otherwise install a new regime, as we had discussed.
So, where is Arena?
Yes. Lady Arena is upstairs, currently taking residence in one of our guest rooms.
We'd like to see her.
Of course. Boys, and she kind of turns back to the doorway that she came out of. A moment later, her sons, who you've seen in the Blue Water Inn, making social calls on the women of the tavern on many occasions prior, both step out of the back room. They seem to perhaps have been eavesdropping, given how quickly they kind of come through to the door. And she kind of gestures, please, take anyone who wishes to see Lady Arena to go see Lady Arena.
Winley would like to go with that group.
Will we be speaking with you again after we see Lady Arena, or are you called elsewhere?
No, not necessarily, although, again, as I said, you've given me enough to begin making the motions to try to remove the burgomaster from power. I wouldn't want to dally too long with such an opportunity before us.
Do you know, is Vasily at the Reformation Center?
I only know that he's been taken. To where, I could not say. He may be at the Burgomaster's, he may be at the Reformation Center, he could be released for all we know or hope. But his whereabouts, I'm unaware.
If Winley gives a description of the man who was chained up to Lady Wachter, does she have any idea who that might be?
Blake is his name.
I think we're talking about the one that was in the Burgomaster's manor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah,
mixed
yeah,
it
yeah.
up with the guy chained up in the werewolf cave.
No,
So
the
many
one chained-
people chained up.
I was like, I didn't ask his name. How do we know that?
She frowns for a moment and
Oh,
seems to think about it quite closely. You said this was before the roundups begin, yes?
Yes.
About a week or so before your dinner, a local cobbler named Ern went missing. Perhaps he had been rounded up for one of their questions, and perhaps that is where he ended up. He sounds similar by description, although I can't begin to speak for a man who's been beaten.
From your understanding, does these roundups have a feel of a witch hunt to it?
She kind of gives a grim smile. Well, as you've seen the heads on the walls, I think this is being used as both an opportunity to improve the safety of the town in the positive side, and an opportunity to remove dissent from the town on the other. To be perfectly frank, I'm surprised that we haven't been pulled in, although I still have some sway about here.
All right. I want to go talk to Arena, and then we can talk further.
Okay. So Winley wanted to go up. Ash wanted to go up. Does anyone else want to go up?
I'm wondering if we should resolve our business with Lady Wachter so that she can begin.
Yes. Harmony just wanted to mention. Harmony will go up as well to say hello to Arena, but Harmony will just say,
Well, I figured we'd talk to Irina and then come straight back down and talk to her as long as everything checks out with Irina. You know,
well, it kind of sounds like she wants to get to work. Do we have anything
it's
else
gonna be
to
like
say
a
to
couple
her?
of minutes. I don't think that will make much difference.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Let's go talk to Arena. Yeah, hang out here, please, so we can talk a little bit more.
Aha.
I'm out of the stack. Aha!
Are the boys conversational or just quiet?
Not particularly. They seem to just be sort of doing a chore their mother has set them by leading you up here. They are notably a little bit, call it the I version of handsy, with most of you in the party other than Doc.
We can't eat room.
Harmony will kind of, as we're like making our way up the stairs, Harmony will kind of just say to one of them, whichever one's closest, did you both know that the burgomaster was going to come looking for Arena? How did you know to bring her here?
No, didn't know. We just invited her over for a cuppa.
Oh, well, appreciate you looking after her.
Sure. They point at the door in the bottom left corner here. She's in there.
Okay. Harmony will knock, or whoever's knocking.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go in.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, stepping inside, you see Arena is currently kind of sitting on the side of a bed. She looks fine, much as you've seen her before, albeit she has appears to have been reading a book, and upon your arrival, kind of stands up and smiles. It is good to see you. I'm so glad you were able to find me. I was not sure if I could send word.
Well, we're a capable lot, Arena. Seems like it was good timing that you got out of the blue water when you did.
I have been told. I understand they've taken Vasily.
Yeah, I'll just
Facts.
quickly run through basically the story that Lady Wachter told us, just to confirm. Yes, Lady Wachter said that you came here with that. Just confirm that she has the same telling.
She nods. Yes, I was speaking with the boys in the inn. They asked if I would like to come and visit. I had not met their mother before, so I went to go see, and turns out the timing was quite fortuitous. I've been here most of the night.
And Harmony will kind of lower her voice to more of a whisper and be like, and you're being treated well.
She nods. Of course. I would not expect anything else. They are of fine breeding, much as myself. Not to speak ill of anyone who's not, but they are certainly people of manners. Ash, make a perception check.
Perception.
And also, Mina, Sunny can make a perception check as well.
Fun. Is it based on smell?
No.
Or hearing?
No.
Okay.
Well, the good news is it's not that hard to notice for Sunny. Unfortunately, Ash does not notice. Sunny sees a squad of guardsmen coming up the kind of the walkway from the main street and heading for the front door, led by Izek.
Okay, well, Sunny doesn't really know what was going on inside, nor does Sunny expect anything to... Wow, okay. That's a lot of... Okay,
And sorry, just for clarity, that's where they're ending up, so if Sunny wants to dart around a corner or something, he's not just there when they suddenly appear.
Is Sunny able to slip through this door here, or is it, like, latched shut?
It's closed.
Okay.
Would Winley have been able to see anything out this window she's standing by?
Yes, looking down into the street, she would have been able to, but she's not right up against the window, and they're straight down.
How long before they... I understand they're right next to the house now, but how long before they... How far away did Sunny notice them?
Probably about, like, at the end of the street over here.
Okay.
Literally, like, 10, 15 seconds, quote-unquote, ago relative to where they are now.
Okay, well, probably took him a few seconds to just, like, get his bearings as far as what was happening, but a few moments ago, before they got to where they are now, he probably, in fact, not just probably, he does dart around this corner, and he's not gonna, like, howl like crazy, but he'll just let out, like, 3 quick barks that Mina... knowing Sunny and being familiar with him, probably recognizes as his barks, or hopefully does. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's where we'll leave him with Sunny.
Okay. You are presumably on some level alerted to something going on outside.
I mean, I guess it's up to you. Like, is that something that Mina would be able to hear where she is right now?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then, I mean, she knows Sunny well enough. I'm sure she recognizes his bark. So, Mina will mention, like, bring that to the room's attention. Like, there's something going on. There must be something going on outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna do another window and see if I can see something out in this hallway.
Yeah, Winley will step forward to this window and look.
Okay. I mean, each of you looking out those windows respectively can see what looks like about a dozen guards standing down on the walkway below. And as you're looking at the windows, you hear a very loud banging on the front door.
Can we see Izek?
No.
Okay. But we can recognize that they're the burgomaster's guards.
I mean, there are only the burgomaster's guards.
Okay.
Mina pretty much immediately is going to head back downstairs and not immediately go to the door, but just wants to be probably looking for, like, another way outside. But yeah, going back down into that stair area.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did anyone find out why Izek is looking for her?
I wasn't tracking that either, so good question.
He wasn't very forthcoming.
Okay.
Presumably at the burgomaster's request, either, as Lady Wachter said, a power play or some other...
I wasn't sure if anyone who was at the inn had gotten any sort of information out of him that
He wasn't. Harmony didn't push him on it, given the guard presence he had, but he wasn't forthcoming about it.
Okay. Winley will step forward and tell Arena, looks like we might have some trouble. It appears that some of the burgomaster's guards who were looking for you are here.
Okay. Mina, just as a note, as you tried to walk into the dining room area there, Lady Wachter was coming towards the front door, and kind of seeing you kind of coming there, kind of puts up a hand to hold Mina from going any further. You must go. You must go immediately.
Yes.
Take her with you.
Is there another way out of this house that my friends and I can leave by?
She nods. There's a back door. If you just go through that door, go through the door behind you, and take two lefts, and there's a back door.
Should we take Arena with us?
Yes. You're not there, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Well, Mina will go back up and inform the party of all that.
Okay. You can begin to hear kind of a conversation happening at the front door. Kind of the growly voice of Izek somewhere in the foyer there, and the lighter tones of Ernst, apparently seeming to do his best to waylay whatever search is supposed to be taking place.
Just as an extra layer of precaution, Harmony's gonna place her hand on Arena's shoulder and cast invisibility. And I'll post that in the chat just to...
Toss her in the bag of holding.
Well, we could do that if she's willing.
I think invisibility is probably okay for right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I am going to... Sorry, I've got to find it. There we go. And yeah, Harmony will say, kind of put a finger to her lips and be like, "You're very popular." And we'll kind of cast invisibility, and then I'll look to Mina and follow her lead.
Okay. Mina, did you go into the dining room for some reason?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I mistook. I thought she was indicating this door back here behind her. The door behind me, I understand.
Yep.
Okay, back in here. Yeah, just following her directions.
Okay. Is everybody heading downstairs?
If Mina gives the indication, then yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I went back up and I'm sorry, that's why I came back. Yes, only with the rest of the party following am I going down here.
Okay. All right. Stepping into this room, clearly walked into the kitchen. There's a man currently working over a large rack of ribs, apparently preparing it for a meal later in the day. He pays you 0 mind as you come through. Apparently, there's at least some level of the service does not interfere in the culture of this house. And for everybody who's just now on the stairs, they are going through this door right here.
She said to go this way, right?
I thought it was left and left, so go through this door and then left, and then this left?
Okay, that just feels like it's leading more like inside the house, but I'll check it out. Yep, we'll hop in there.
It is a pantry.
Okay, that's a pantry.
Right.
So it must be...
Find the secret door in the pantry.
I'm sorry, too many people talking at once. What was that, Winley?
I was just saying, I'm relatively certain that this door leads outside.
Okay.
It doesn't, but it leads into like a storage room.
Correct. This room has several crates, both of what appears to be maybe dried goods for the kitchen, but also various sundries for the house are piled here. You see various boxes with words like soap on them and whatnot.
And I think she said to go through this room outside.
Harmony will kind of bring up the rear, feeling fairly confident in her stealth, and maybe spend a moment listening to see if Izek mentions anything worth noting, but not going to stay there very long.
Okay.
Winley's going to stick with Arena, who she doesn't currently see.
Arena's in the storage room. Coming into this room, Ash and Mina, there's a door to your left, kind of a small door, a door directly ahead of you. There's a door on the right that has painted glass, much like the front door.
I think it's going to be this one.
The door ahead of you versus the door on the right is one with the painted glass, just for clarity.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep fucking... Yeah, the one with the painted glass. I should have followed that detail. Okay. I'm going to pop through there.
It's outside. We're outside.
Woohoo!
Okay. Winley, Harmony, you can hear behind you the sounds of kind of a loud thump and a cry. And then a large number of kind of boot falls coming into the house.
Well, that's our signal.
Let's go. Taking her to the church.
I think probably the best place for her. Hopefully, we can
We picked the
urge to keep her secret.
This one.
Did you also accidentally go through the wrong door?
I did. I sure did. That's my bad.
Okay. Well, you've all made it outside, out to the back. You are just now between the Wachter house and the next house to the north.
Well, while she's still invisible, I say we just hustle straight to the church.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Winley's down with that.
Well,
Are we confident in the church's ability to hide her any more securely than Lady Wachter?
Well, they have a secret crypt where the bones are kept.
Yeah. It's true.
It's a tight fit, but you can put a sleeping bag down there.
And there's only so much we can do unless we want to just like keep her with us. I mean,
Yeah, we can take her out of the city, but we know the city is protected from vampires.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, at this point, Harmony kind of wants to. I mean, at the very least, Harmony, and we can't talk about this right now. Let's go to the church.
Yeah, I mean, we can maybe chat while we're hustling over there, but let's establish that we're hustling, you know?
Okay. Well, I mean, heading out onto the street, there's no immediate guard presence there or anybody watching. Nobody seems to take notice if you're passing. And if you're heading over, kind of up the road over to the church, you do pass guards and whatnot, but Arena being invisible still, your path is not impeded.
Okay. And as we're kind of proceeding there, Harmony will kind of, we'll kind of be like jogging and maybe discussing, and Harmony basically will kind of bring up, I feel we owe Vasily some, at least attention to attempt to ascertain his safety.
Yeah.
But,
Winley is down with trying to figure out where Vasily is and potentially help him.
Well, okay.
He, to the best of his ability, has been helpful to us, so.
Can we talk to Arena about that? Like, what are her thoughts about that?
I mean, she seems more or less as lost as you are because he was taken after she left.
But she feels that it's of dire importance that we...
I think try and help him.
She's certainly worried for him, but she has no idea where he is.
Well, okay.
Walker's house is on this ping?
Still switching over maps, so I can't see your ping.
This seems... The current situation in Vallaki seems unsustainable in terms of our concern of keeping Arena safe versus the burgomaster's concern of obtaining her. Hopefully, Izek doesn't end up like outright murdering Lady Wachter, because she's our best hope of deposing him, if that is indeed still possible. With his,
I was thinking about that, but she said to go. Like she told us.
Yes, she did. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't seem like wherever we leave Arena, or if we even keep her with us, it doesn't seem sustainable to like leave Vallaki. I mean, I know we've got other potential errands we need to attend to, but whether we go to save Vasily or not, I mean, we should. If Lady Walker's able to depose the burgomaster, we should let her do that, so we don't have to like kick down the door of his manor and start fighting. But I guess my question is, do we want to just lay low and let Lady Wachter work her political machinations, or do we want to intervene on Vasily's behalf, whether that means asking the burgomaster, since he technically doesn't know that we know where Arena is, and Harmony at least is a fairly capable liar, or going to the Reformation House seems like it'll end in a fight if we press the issue in any way, because it's not like they're going to give us a tour.
And we're not especially good at like breaking someone out of a prison. I mean, we could try, but looking around.
Hey, Harmony was very good at retrieving the bones of St. Ambrose.
That's true. Except for when you got ripped to shreds. Right.
Beyond that minor detail.
Super minor detail. I mean, if we think so, I'm all for taking an active approach to try to rescue Vasily, because even if the Lady Wachter, bureaucratically unseats the burgomaster, who knows how long that'll take, and Vasily could be beheaded or tortured or something. But do we think for sure? Go ahead. Sorry. Harmony's
proposal was going to be, depending on what Father Lucian says, what the situation of the church is, Harmony's proposal, given that she thinks she can talk her way out of most anything, though that has been proven less and less true recently, is to approach the burgomaster's house with a deceptive air of like, hey, we just got back. What's going on? Zoe got taken? You're looking for Arena? is everything okay? You know, and just trying to like deceptively like be like try to either appeal with our influence with him to like at least get Vasily free and be like, oh yeah, if we find Irina, we'll let you know, or just inquire as like what's going on, basically.
I will just make the contextual note that you still do not know where the Reformation Center is.
Yeah.
Nope, we sure don't.
Yeah. So but approaching the burgomaster is doable. I mean, I'm for that. Yeah. What I guess. Yeah. Others. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can discuss this once we feel Irina is secured at the church, if we do.
So do we make it to the church?
Yeah. You already made it unaccosted.
Oh, cool.
Great. I love being unaccosted.
So I'll go talk to the father then and just, ask if he's willing to hide her. She was coming here before for her safety against, like, vampires and things like that, but now she might be here and, seeking safety from the actual government of the town. I want to make sure he's okay with that. He's willing to help her.
Willing and able.
Yes, willing and able.
Yes. Father Lucian expresses his gratitude again for finding the boys, for retrieving the bones, and says he will do everything in his power to help protect her.
Okay.
I mean, the other option is we try to think about places outside of Vallaki that we could take her. Like, we still haven't been to
Right.
Crest.
I just fear that anywhere outside of Vallaki
Yeah.
runs some serious Strahd risk.
Agreed.
Winley will ask Irina if she is amicable to this plan. Is she cool staying at the church, or does she not want to be here?
I mean, she nods. Until we find Vasily, I do not wish to leave.
Cool.
So, do we want to go and confront the burgomaster and see what he says?
I honestly kind of feel like we should just be direct. I mean, maybe we could start with take a deceptive approach.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, I think we should just tell him that we want Vasily.
Right. It's just that's gonna end up with lying because he's gonna ask us where Irina is, and we're gonna have to lie and say we don't know. So there's gonna be lying involved either way. If he wants her bad enough to be sending, his main honcho and squads of guards to bang on every door in town, we're gonna have to lie to him at some point. If we want to lie, I assume we want to lie.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. Any conversation with him is going to end in some kind of deception. So you lead the way on that.
Okay. I mean, but assuming we want to go there, it could potentially stir up trouble, but like trouble's already being stirred
Well,
up. So
I think Vasily has become priority number one. What was our other,
every other side quest we have at the moment is less pressing.
is end
Do we
wide
want to
related.
do we want to send some of our more stealthy people back to Lady Walker's house to just kind of scope it out and wait until the guards leave, and when the guards leave, maybe check in with her to see what she would like us to do in terms of overthrowing the burgomaster, or to see whether or not she's being hauled away? Because if she's being arrested, we should know.
She seemed confident that she could handle the overthrow, but it
Confident,
probably
yes, but
it probably wouldn't hurt to check on if that's been resolved. And
now that we have Irina at the church and away from that situation, we could have like Mina and you, Harmony, go over there and be kind of just stealthy about it, and then if they leave, you could go check in with her, and if they're hauling her away, then we know that she's no longer in the picture and able to help.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we should probably find out about that before we go to the burgomasters.
Yeah, and getting her opinion on, but I mean that doesn't. I think that we're right to go back and check on that, but it doesn't change how pressing the Vasily situation is.
Right. But
Right.
I'm not saying let's sleep on the facility issue, but let's check in to see what she's doing and what's happening over there before we make any actions.
Yeah, good
Just
call.
a scope out to see if it's resolved or not would be, I think, advisable.
And I feel like the rest of us can just stay at the church for right now, unless we want to go back to the inn, but I don't really feel like we need to go there.
I don't think we
No.
have anything left at the end.
I feel like if Arena's going to be here, we should make the church kind of our home base. It's a good location in town, too, just near the...
Agreed.
So my only question would be, they know that Arena came here with us. If we're hanging out there, are they going to assume that, like, are they going to be more likely to investigate it because we're there? Like, do we want to make ourselves scarce since we're trying to hide Arena?
That's probably smart.
But if they come and search the place and the father's not able to hide her, I'd like to be there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, pros and cons both ways. I was just asking.
I'd rather risk it and stay here, and if they come looking, we'll just say we couldn't afford the rates of the inn anymore because they jacked up our rent. But, you know,
we could say...
I'm a religious person, and the father agreed to let us stay here, you know?
Or we could say we saved the orphans, and we're discussing their return with Father Lucian.
Well, and they don't know that we left with Arena, right?
Right, exactly.
The burgomaster doesn't.
No, I was just saying that they know that, like, Arena was part of our group, that we came here with Arena.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, I think it's worth the risk to hang out at the church.
Okay.
And then if something does go down, we're here for it.
Yeah, Winley's not opposed to it. Just wanted to bring that up as a
Yep,
concern.
Well, I
good
think,
options. Options.
I think Mina and Harmony have probably been on their way back in-game for a little bit now. So
Okay.
let's get back there and check it out.
Okay. Well, coming up to the Wachter house, it appears the guards have come and gone. There aren't any standing outside. You don't hear or see signs or evidence of a big commotion happening in the house.
Maybe knock on the back door and not the front, just in case it's being watched.
I'll watch our backs and you lead the
Yep.
way on this.
Yeah, if you want a stealth check, I can roll one, but Harmony's going to kind of try to...
Oh, your sound cut out for me at least.
Colin, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I have no sound from Colin either.
There you go.
Now you do.
Yeah,
And-
sorry, my internet apparently is unstable, which is weird because I'm plugged into an Ethernet. Is everything coming through okay right now?
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay, great. Okay, so I am going to creep around back with that stealth check, if that's all right, Dan.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll follow. I'll make a stealth check too. Sorry.
Boop-a-doo. And I will creep up to the door and knock on it illicitly.
Okay. Nobody answers.
Okay, is it locked?
It is.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go picking locks, if at all possible. And that was the only other entrance we found at the house, right?
That you have seen, yes.
Okay, cool. Well, however, you kind of look over at me, like, probably better to just go back to the front door, right?
What,
Than try
you
the
knocked
locks.
already?
Yeah, it was locked and nobody answered.
Oh, nobody answered. Yeah, let's go try the front.
Okay, Harmony will resume the sneaky music and
So
creep
hold on
back
with
around the
the,
other
hold on with
sorry,
the
sorry.
All right. Are you going around the left side or the right side of the house?
I
I was-
was around this way.
I was going around the right side, just kind of do a full case, but let me know how far to go before
Okay.
stopping.
Yep.
That's
So just
my bad.
yep. As far as going around this side, just notably there is a what looks to be a cellar door right here.
Oh, interesting. Harmony will knock on that, see if anything answers.
No one answers.
Is it locked?
It is indeed locked.
Okay. Worth noting, though, just in case.
I'll
So
go
I will
ahead.
continue if that's all right.
Yep.
I'll
Okay,
go ahead
cool.
and knock on the front and assume that Harmony is just taking an extra second.
Okay.
Yep. And Harmony will circle back around shortly.
The door is answered a few moments after you knock by Ernst, who does appear to have been perhaps punched, as his cheek is quite heavily bruised.
Poor old Ernst.
I'll hand him a good berry. This'll make you feel a little bit better, buddy.
This will soothe your woes.
He looks at it a little bit bemused, clearly unaware of what it is, and just goes,
Yeah.
"Thank you.
Yeah.
What can I help you with?"
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Mina. Okay.
Nope.
Harmony will just Harmony will just be like, we just wanted to check in since when we departed, the situation was a bit tense. Everything all right here?
They did search the premises. Of course, they found nothing, thankfully, because you were able to secret Miss Arena away. But that said, they've gone. In fact, just a few minutes ago. Your timing could not really be better.
Well, we are professionals, Ernst. Please pass along our compliments to Lady Wachter and let her know that...
You don't want to try and talk to her if she's available?
Harmony, we need to speak with...
You're right.
Speak with Lady Walker?
You're right.
Do
you mind if we
ask?
I'm afraid she's left. As soon as they were gone, she made her way out to begin whatever errands you seem to have set her on.
That was my assumption. But pass along our compliments when she returns and let her know that things seem stable at the moment.
Of course.
Thank you very much, Ernst. Sorry you took a blow to the face on our account.
Should we...
You should really eat that berry.
One moment before you go, Ernst, and I'll pull Harmony aside a step or two. Should we mention that we're going to try to do something about Vasily? Should we let her in on that, or keep it to ourselves?
I suppose we could... Well, I suppose that would be fair. We're sort of pot committed.
I mean, I guess how much do we... So. You know what, Ernst? Thank you. You've been of great help. I don't know. Maybe let's... Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't need to know. She's got her own. She's got plenty.
Yes, and give Lady Wachter our best.
He nods and closes the door.
All right. Well, before I think twice about the advisability of this plan, we might as well head up to the Barrens.
Okay. Is anybody going anywhere else, or is everybody heading to the burgomaster's?
I would assume that we'd all headed over there at that point.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. Yonder Baron's map. You do notice that the guard presence on the streets gets heavier and heavier as you get closer to the burgomaster's mansion. Unsurprising to you then, as you come up to it on the high street, that the mansion has 4 guards standing outside the front door, as well as a guard probably every 50 feet or so on the street in both directions either way.
Naturally.
Lovely.
All right. Well, Harmony will kind of look at the rest of the group, just kind of if they're okay with her taking point.
Go for it.
Okay. And we'll kind of start approaching the door. And she's not ignoring the guards. We'll kind of nod to them and acknowledge and say, good afternoon.
The moment Harmony kind of takes a step off the street, they all take a step forward and kind of brandish spears. Halt! What's your business?
Yes, we dined at we're the adventurers who dined with the burgomaster the other night. We were hoping to speak to him about the goings on in town and see if we could offer our assistance in any way.
They're eyeing you very suspiciously, particularly given that you are all still armed, despite the fact that you are not supposed to be. One of the guards kind of look back and forth, and then one kind of gives another a nod, and he goes inside the house. A few moments pass, and then the guard returns, accompanied by none other than Izek, who sort of steps out onto the street to look at all of you. Getting yourselves into a bit of trouble today, aren't you? Not often I see the same people twice in one day, particularly those who are irritating me.
Well, I certainly would hope not, Izek. You do seem to be out and about a bit today, though. Any luck finding Lady Arena?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Unfortunately not. That's part of why we're here, actually.
Make a deception check.
Yeah, I know.
I would like to help, but I don't see any way I would really be able.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey Dan, is that opposed by a roll, like a check of some sort?
Insight.
Insight, insight on his
Okay. I want to give him minus d6 on this.
Okay. How are you doing that?
With my cosmic omen.
Okay. And is there any visible action to do so, or does it just happen?
Can you pop it into chat?
It just says I can use my reaction to roll a d6 and subtract the number from the total.
Okay, then I don't hear any indication of a verbal or somatic component, so
No.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Do you get to roll that d6, Winley?
Yeah, I can roll it. Subtract 6 from
Wow!
Nice.
He doesn't pass any comment upon Harmony's deception, and sort of continues to regard you. Well, given that you have not found her, what business do you have here?
Well, to be perfectly honest, Isaac, the sicker is noted. We've noticed the increased level of enforcement going on in town, understandably, given the recent unpleasantness, and wanted to make ourselves available to help the burgomaster if he needed any assistance beyond finding Miss Arena, which of course is our primary concern. But we've given there seems to be a sort of tension in town, and we were hoping to help with that if we can.
Well then, I suppose you'll have to meet with him, won't you?
That was my hope, if you'd be so kind.
Well then, follow me. He turns around and heads back into the main room, and you do not need to follow. I'll move you here in a moment. He leads you up the grand staircase in the main foyer. You notice along the way that there are guards both on the landing, kind of in the split of the stairs, as well as at the top of the stairs, and proceeding down the hallway towards the offices and bedrooms, some of which you have not seen. For those of you who did not get to be on Team Stealth last time you were here, you are then led past two more guards who are kind of securing the hallway there that leads to the offices and bedrooms. Before he then takes you to the door, which those Mina and Winley would recognize as the door to the library/office, where he then knocks. And I will kind of step by step you all for a moment through that progression, so that way you can all get that tour.
Is there still a bunch of bundles of sticks everywhere?
Yes, in fact, there are more than there were previously, which seems to be an indication that they are continuing that project.
Cool. They're totally going to burn people alive at stakes.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening.
I mean...
Are the guards like closing ranks behind us as we go by, or anything like that? Or
No, they seem to be just sort of keeping to their positions as they were as you approached. Izek leads you all to this door here, knocks, and from within you hear, "Enter!" And then he opens the door and steps inside, leading all inside. Is anybody staying out in the hallway, or is everybody coming in?
Going in?
Yeah, let's go in.
And then is Sunny coming in, or is Sunny staying out in the hall?
No, he's coming in. I just didn't mean to bounce up there.
Okay.
So you can drag him wherever. Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Stepping into the study and or looking through the door of the study, a couple of things are here. First and foremost, you can see the Baron sitting at the large recliner behind the desk. His large mastiffs are laying on either side of the desk and sort of lift their heads a little bit lazily to see you enter. Izek, having come in before you, crosses the room and steps over to the corner where you can see Vasily is currently somewhat timidly standing in the corner, or is restrained in the corner, as it may be, although you don't see any shackles or the likes. And with that, he gives you all a very broad, if perhaps moderately sinister style, stepping into the room. Welcome. The heroes of Vallaki return. Tell me, what good fortunes do you bring me?
Oh, well, we saved the orphans.
The what?
The orphans?
Oh, right. Yes, the missing rascals. Yes.
We
yes.
thinned out the hostile werewolf population you had as well. Quite a
Oh,
bit.
what good fortune it is that we have you around, then, isn't it?
You know, and Harmony will kind of step forward and say, the heroes of Vallaki. Kind of like the sound of that. Has a nice ring to it.
Doesn't it just? So then, what is it that you've come to speak with me about?
Well, it does appear, Your Eminence, your Baronness, your Lord, there have been some changes in town, understandably, since we were last here. Things seem a bit more tense, perfectly understandable, given what happened a few nights ago. We were mainly here to inquire as to whether we could provide any assistance in keeping all well in Vallaki. And we had also heard, coincidentally enough, that our friend Vasily had been taken from the Blue Water by a couple of your men, no doubt for safekeeping. And we were hoping to inquire as to his location, but I can see he's right here with you. Hello, Vasily.
He gives you all kind of a timid smile from the corner. Hello there.
Perfectly, certainly. How can we is there anything specific we can do to help you keep the peace of Vallaki that we are also dedicated to preserving?
Well, very generous of you to offer, isn't it? Well, as it would be, it seems you're doing quite an excellent job killing werewolves, hunting down the beasties in the night, returning missing children. I mean, truly, you are just remarkable citizens. We should give you a key to the city sometime, shouldn't we? But, with regard to helping, I think the only thing you could help me with would be simply to find Lady Arena for me. I think she's perhaps not safe given what's been going about, and it would be obviously a tragedy if something were to befall her, given the recent tragic circumstances in the square and at the church. We simply wish to make sure that all those who need to be kept safe are being kept safe.
Of course. Was that why Vasily was brought here to be under your protection as well?
Oh, no, Vasily here was just helping us find her, as it were. After they've been spending quite a bit of time together, is from my understanding. Sad to say, all the suggestions he's had have not borne any fruit. Perhaps you could tell me where she is, if you've seen her.
I certainly wish I could, my lord, but we have also not seen her yet. We hope to find her soon, as I told your man Izek.
Deception check, please.
Yeah, I know about the deception check.
Anyone want to try and give the help action? I don't think I can.
Yep, that's a 16.
Look, man, the less Doc talks here, the better off we'll all be, man.
He gets a -6 or D6 too. Ah, bummer. Wait, I don't know why they rolled twice, but
The 2.
-2.
Okay. He kind of gives a bit of a wry smile. Make an insight check, Harmony. Actually, everybody can make an insight check.
Sure. Well,
Beats the hell out of me.
I think he's totally fooled.
Winley and Mina, you catch the barest glimmer that he does not believe Harmony. But nevertheless, his tone, as he continues to speak, is more than pleasant. Well then, certainly if you haven't seen her, I'm sure you'll keep an eye out for her. So tell me then, given that you haven't seen her and perhaps it's not of your interest to go looking for her, what brave adventures shall you go on next? What demons and beasts in the night will you slay for us and come to regale us with stories of,
Well, it had been mentioned to us that the supply of wine to the city from the what was it? The magic. Sorry, I don't remember the name.
Wizard of Wines.
Yeah.
Wizard of Wines had hit a bit of a snag, and of course, this is saving children is most important, but this is also a top priority to ensure that the wine keeps flowing, as it were. So, I believe that was next on our to-do list, was to head out to the Wizard of Wines and see what, if anything, if their supply chain delays are caused by something that a band of adventurers such as ourselves could assist with.
Winley, are you going to ask about that?
My Zoom is being a little finicky, so I wasn't sure if someone else had already asked about that. But if not, then Winley will be like...
He said...
Yeah.
What he said was to keep her safe, given the given the unpleasantness in town. Wanted to make
Okay,
sure.
Benefit of hindsight, someone should have rolled insight on him.
Yeah,
saying
wait,
that.
I was going to say, I felt like it was obvious from the well-acted tone that he was being... like,
Full of shit.
Yeah, but I assume that's all we're getting.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah.
I still feel like Winley would have questioned that like a little bit, would have given a little bit of pushback. I apologize that I didn't hear that. Again, my Zoom is being pretty shitty. But Winley would like to revisit that when a moment comes up that there's not active conversation going on.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to jump in at some point whenever you choose to do so. He, kind of hearing from Harmony about the plan to go work on the wine, he gives a smile. Ooh, yes, quite the crisis. People going thirsty after all. And please, don't take me to be sarcastic when I say that. Wine keeps the people happy, keeps them, joyous in their circumstances. And of course, as we all know, with wine, all would be well, no?
Naturally.
Well, I think that's quite an important endeavor you should be getting about then.
Absolutely. We just wanted to stop in, pay our respects. It had been some time, and check in. We will, of course. You will be the first to know if we make contact with Lady Irene.
Ah, you're too kind, and I'm certain we'll find her soon enough.
At this point, Winley will say, out of curiosity, why is it so important to keep her specifically safe? You have an entire town that you are responsible for. Why does she garner such, additional protection?
Individual attention.
Yeah.
Well, it's safe to say that everyone who lives here, of course, is under my stewardship, that we all keep them safe and sound, warm in their homes and whatnot, but Lady Arena is a guest, and an important guest, not to say the least. Of course, then we would want to make sure that nothing could befall her,
Sure. Totally believe that.
Submitted insight check without comment.
Yeah, I'm rolling mine as well. Relatively certain he's full of shit, but...
Well, yeah, obviously.
It seems more like a live omission.
Sure. Winley will ask... Is there anyone in particular that has told you that she is in additional need of protection, or why do you think she's in any more danger than any of the rest of us?
Oh, my dear. One does not serve as burgomaster of a fine city as Vallaki as long as I have without knowing the needs of its citizens and its visitors before they do.
What if Arena has no interest in your protection?
Oh, I don't think that's likely. After all, who doesn't want to be kept safe, Now, if you're not here to help me find her, and you have such a busy task of going to find the wine, I am certain then that you should be going about your day. But, again, if you wish to find her for us, you would have my immeasurable gratitude.
Just a friendly note that Izek is not really representing your search for her particularly well. The way that he seems to be aggressively pursuing her. Yes, exactly. Casting an eye towards Izek. If you truly mean to protect her, then you might want to think about the face that you're putting on as you
the optics of
search every building in Vallaki for her.
He puts on a very pouty frown and looks at Izek. Izek, are you going about knocking heads together when heads need not be knocked? Perhaps. Well, do go about making sure that you apply a more delicate touch. We can't have people thinking that we're being a little bit too rough in our pursuit of the safety of the people, Well, thank you so much for your commentary. Izek is a phenomenal captain of our guard, but perhaps a little rough around the edges sometimes. Eh, Izek?
He's always on the job, that Izek.
We will say, if you're done questioning Vasily, we would love for him to come with us.
We could escort him home, make sure he gets there safely.
And Winley will say that in a manner that's not really asking.
Are you making an attempt to intimidate him here?
No, I just want him to know that, like, the intent is that Vasily is coming with us.
He sort of
keep Vasily with us. Sorry, go ahead.
He sort of turns in the recliner a little bit and looks at Vasily and sort of considers. Oh, well, Vasily, you haven't been very helpful in finding her after all. It is a shame. She seems quite fond of him. I was hoping that she'd simply come find him here, with time given enough. What do you think, Vasily? Do you think that's likely to happen? Do you think she cares about you that much? Vasily seems obviously very uncomfortable and put upon. Well, no, of course, I'm just a friend, just a companion, good bar stool mate, as it were. No, of course not. He's obviously blustering his way here through an attempt at trying to make himself seem like no one.
Someone's rolling a 3 on his deception check over there.
Yeah. A 2. The burgomaster kind of just smiles the whole thing and then nods. Oh, yes, of course. No one important at all, really. In fact, I don't know why we wasted our time with you. Please do take him off our hands. I don't know why he's still here.
Cool. Thank you.
A pleasure as always, my lord. Hopefully we can take advantage, or hopefully I look forward to the next time we dine together.
Oh, I do as well, and if that will be all, please find the wine or find the arena. I think if you do either, all will be well.
All will indeed be well.
Now, one note before we leave. We were able to get through the gates today with our weapons by making the point that we were the heroes of Vallaki and that we would need them if anything were to happen outside the walls. But some of the other gates weren't quite as understanding. I was hoping maybe we could get one of those writs just to make it clear that we were the protectors of this place, and that we've earned the right to keep these so that we can protect everyone in this fair city.
I'll tell you what, you bring back a few barrels of the Grape Mash or the Red Dragon Crush, and we'll see what we can do.
That's a pretty good deal.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that'll be all, please be off. I am a busy man, after all. I have a city to protect, no?
And a festival to plan.
Ah, yes. 3 days hence.
Looking forward to it.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all, indeed. Okay. Come along, Vasily.
Vasily quite meekly, literally butt to the shelves, scoots his way around the room to reach you. And then kind of pointedly tries to squeeze past any of you who are still standing there to get out into the hallway.
Winley will step forward out of the door so Vasily can pass.
Okay. Anybody raising anything else, or is everybody leaving?
Nope.
Heading out.
Same with the guards. I don't think we can investigate the kid doing weird magic bullshit elsewhere as much as Doc wants to.
Okay. Well, with a safe exit from the burgomaster's mansion, that is where we shall stop.